my trauma. I'm more like what I'm becoming. It's more like we overcoming. Painting a picture so lovely. I'm using all of the colors. Get hide away from the darkness. Digging up what's undercover. Do you know I see it closet? All of these struggles, I swear I dispel it. All of this strife, I swear I repel it. All of this poverty, I swear I inherit it. All of this violence, can we repair this? Are we prepared for the rise of an empire? And are we prepared for the fall of a system? Everything we know was a lie. Patch myself up from the root to the ground in the effort to preserve my bloodline. I would do anything for my soul tribe. Write this shit down on the scribe, inscribing all of the light that I've been manifesting. And now I'm tired of waiting. All this time we wasted, all these sacrifices. Put it down in writing, more than qualified to achieve all I desire. My words the candle, light up the fire. I'm on my way. Nothing can stop me. I'm on my way. Nothing can block me. Open the way so I can rise up. Open the gates so I can rise through. I'm on my way. Now I'm tired of waiting. All this time we wasted, all these sacrifices. Put it down in writing. My words the candle, light up the fire.
I took a hit for the team, took a bullet for the dream that we would one day all be free, free from prejudice, free from sexism, free from bigotry. I die for creativity, yeah. I die for freedom to be free. I died and left a legacy. Oh, but baby, I'll still live through technology. Oh, the sun will start shining.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Hope everybody is doing well on this Saturday afternoon. I'm sorry. We got a warm front here in Detroit, and I have to have the fan on. No shade. Like, I don't really fuck with the heat like that. I'm more of a cold type of person. I like to be snuggled up. I like to be able to, be cold and have one foot out the damn cover and shit. You wake up, your nose kind of stuffed up. That's the type of shit my ass is on, okay? So you gonna hear the fan in the background. I love y'all, but I love me more. Okay, let me make sure the sound is okay. Let me check, just in case I don't have like a hiss in the background. Hold on. Oh, I sound good. Okay, never mind. We good. We good. We good. Hope that you all are doing well on this Saturday afternoon. I'm kind of liking what I'm doing here. Again, it was kind of spur of the moment, and it's crazy because I have this app that I downloaded called the cycle, the pattern, and again, it deals with the astrology and stuff like that. Basically, just a higher way, pun intended, too, bitch. A higher way to connect with yourself, like being able to explore who you are by you, not through the lens of other people. But it's okay to have some information from others on the outside, looking in, but ultimately you have to make those choices and decide what information works best for you and what information helps you to manifest your best life. And one of those imperative universal qualities is, of course, love. Okay, what's up, Queen Amber? Hope all is well. I'm so proud of you. You about to graduate and stuff. Look at you. You got about like 11,000 degrees, girl. You trying to own all the restaurants down south, girl. Like, but shout out to Queen Amber doing her motherfucking thug fizzle. But one of the imperative qualities of that is love. It's love, because love is inclusive. And it's so crazy how, especially in the black community, when we talk about queerness and otherness, how a lot of the dominant society wants to speak about, well, we need to come together, we need to come together, we need to come together. But then when the oppressed people say, okay, well, let's talk about what coming together looks like, which means that there has to be an acknowledgement, an understanding, and a willingness to learn how to love other people that you do not understand. But the issue and the problem here, at least in my opinion, is that if those individuals were to take accountability and were willing to be open-minded and intellectually and emotionally and spiritually honest, in my opinion, if they were able to do that, they would then have to face themselves. And a lot of people don't like being wrong, especially when, facts and statistics and experiences, there's so much. Somebody got to be wrong here, but we don't have to demonize the wrong people and destroy them. It's all about education. And at least for me, I'm not trying to have victory over any motherfucker, because at the end of the day, the only person that I have victory over is me. That's the most important thing. But as far as everyone outside of me, I want to be able to have reconciliation. So it's crazy how, again, the dominant society says that, we need to come together. We need to be not inclusive. We need to come together. Yeah, inclusive. Come together and be inclusive, but I think the wrong word is inclusive. It's more uniformed. Like, this is what we need to look like. And there are these strict guidelines that are being placed on all of blackness and saying, if you don't do this, then you are not a part of blackness. But yet we want y'all to come on and help us fight this war, but we're going to ignore your humanity. It's just like how religion treats a lot of black queer people. And again, for a lot of my black brothers and sisters to miss the point, to miss the mark, it's kind of like, but you understand what that discrimination feels like yourself. So there has to be some sort of conversation inwardly, okay, that needs to happen. And that's what we're here for, to bring awareness and education. And again, my shit may not be getting the recognition in reference to what we're talking about now. But the social climate is changing. People are going to come back to this video and they're going to be like, wow, 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 wow. And be grateful that there are people who are willing to educate y'all as opposed to just saying fuck y'all and moving on and selling themselves out to get away from you, when there are people who are literally trying to help you and trying to help you come together. So it's going to be a very interesting situation that's going to happen, because now queer people are not backing down. Queer people are not going back in the closet. Queer people are facing and having their ego deaths, which means that shit finna change. Like, we're educating ourselves. We're learning how to defend ourselves because we understand that there is a witch hunt. We know this. We know this. And again, y'all think that because it's not as overt as it was before. But again, just like racism ain't as overt as it would desire to be. But it ain't gonna shut the hell up. It's still gonna talk its shit. It may be talking this shit from the motherfucking car, but it's still gonna talk its shit. So we have to deal with the shit talking. And again, queer people are trying to educate because unfortunately, we know how this is going to end. Look at history. It's literally repeating itself. And we literally do the exact same thing in hopes that one day something different might happen. That's the definition of insanity. So if we're going to talk about mental illness and all these things, let's make this applicable to everybody, because I have no problem when it's everybody. Once we're all included in this bitch, okay, that's equality. I can fuck with that. I can deal with that. And if we don't get our shit together, the universe is going to continue to put us all in situations to where we ain't going to have no choice but to focus on humanity. And I don't think we want that one, because the universe works in mysterious ways and ways we ain't prepared for, baby. I think it would be smarter and wiser to get the shit ironed out and done now. Because shit hit the fan. Some of the motherfuckers who think they're gonna be here mentally is not, girl. Their mind's going to fucking break. And we gonna gag and see who really got it. No shade. But before we get into this live, boom, okay? Because we gotta be smart around these parts. Copyright disclaimer: under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips to balance in favor of fair use. And also, I give permission to anyone who wants to use any of my lives. What's up, Aries? Hope all is well. To use my life in their lives as well. Like, I'm not no hating asshole. If I say something that you want to elaborate on or want to expound on, I give you full free permission, okay, to do that, because I'm really trying to build reconciliation here, but I'm also going to match the energy that motherfuckers is on, because again, there's grace and mercy 360. Okay, and I'm learning how to be able to do that shit on the 360, baby. And this just gives me the opportunity to sharpen my own mind, sharpen my own spirit, sharpen my own soul. Okay? Now, the live that we're going to be using tonight or today is a live from a YouTuber by the name of Reckless Logic. Make sure y'all go check him out. He's absolutely amazing. I just love the fact that there are queer men out here who are not afraid, queer men who are really out here using their minds, queer men that are really trying to help bridge the gap and bring all their femininity, bring all their goddamn head shaking, bring all their motherfucking finger swaying, bring all that motherfucking gyrating, all that type of shit, girl, hand motions, all the feminine energy. I appreciate all that, okay? Because if you look in history, it's always been the more feminine energy from even the LGBT spectrum that has always been on the front lines, who have always been the individuals who are the grassroots starters and movers, like, and I honor that feminine expression. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thankful for that. But again, the last live that I did was the live on the Black Men Unfilters panel featuring Mr. Information Man, and this live tonight or today is basically a response to that live, because again, Reckless wanted to speak his mind. Unfortunately, a lot of the queer community did not have the opportunity to even really engage in conversation and try to bring context and nuance, because it was completely a toxic expression, again, of patriarchy, because again, them niggas are on code. They are on code. So Reckless created a space for queer people to come around and to be able to share their experiences of the live, their thoughts on the live, give them the opportunity that, Black Men Unfiltered was supposed to give them. You know what I mean? And Mandrell came up on the live again. I consider him an ally, or at least an ally in training, okay? Because they be dogging the hell out of him in the manosphere now, because he's having conversations with queer people, which he does say in his live, if I have to be the one that has to stand in the gap despite what happens, that's going to be me. And being a spiritual person and growing more in my spirituality, I'm learning very much more so that be careful what you wish for, because you're going to get that and more. And Mandrell came on to kind of, I guess share his thoughts on that live as well. And they kept bringing up an individual by the name of Freezy, which was the individual that I was responding to on my previous live, and he decides to come up on the panel, not because he wants to come up on the panel to like make amends, to try to iron out where the mistakes was, being able to say, you know what, I apologize, I hold myself accountable, like having self-awareness that I know for a lot of Black men and just men in general, it just seems so foreign and difficult, but he wasn't doing it in that sense. He came up on the live to defend his name and what he said, and then felt some type of way when now he was in the hot seat. Now the same energy that they were giving CTV and Reckless, now you're getting that same energy back. And then when it happens, there is this victimization of, oh, y'all so emotional, all this stuff. It's like, nah, like, unfortunately, do we have to do a back and forth here? That's the problem and the issue. But the difference between this particular live and the live that was on Black Men Unfiltered is that both of the queer men handled themselves all the way to the motherfucking fire, because they again knew what the fuck was finna happen. They knew this. They understood this. So they were willing to be able to be accountable for whatever happens, because they're bringing forth the information and the education. But on this particular live, baby, the facts was hitting Freezy so goddamn hard, baby, that I want to see what's underneath that hat, nigga. Is there anything underneath that motherfucker? I'm just saying, no shade. No shade. Is you bald too? There's a lot of bald niggas now, girl, and I'm kind of afraid to go bald my goddamn self. That's why I'm learning to love my damn self, bitch. I want to be able to have hair like Whitney on the screen, bitch. When I get 40, 50 years old, okay? I ain't trying to have no grandpa shit kick in before I'm a fucking grandpa. Okay? So we're going to take it to like the middle of, or a little bit into the live, because the actual live is 9 hours. I'm not going to be here for that long. I got something to do actually at 8, so I'm going to have to be leaving like around 7:30 or whatever to kind of, But if you want to watch the live in its entirety, you can click on the link below in the description box and, see it for yourself. But anyway, let's get into this conversation, because Freezy claims that he is an ally, that he is willing to align himself with queerness and to be able to do the human thing and then fail in every application. That's why the name of this live is called Pseudo-Allyship and the damage it causes. And CTV said it best on the live. When it comes down to homophobia and queer-phobia, we gonna chin check y'all niggas every time. Every single time. Every single time. Again, do unto others as you would want them to do unto you is that simple. And that's something that you're not exempt from. So it would be best to just treat people the way that you would want to be treated. Because at this point in time, baby, the universe is both-handed. It's on whatever you want, baby. Whatever you want to get, you're going to get. Whether you know it consciously or unconsciously, girl, you're going to get it. And a lot of people ain't prepared for that. Okay? So with that being said, let's get into this whole situation. I'm changing the music a little bit. Put the love frequency on. That's not it. The love frequency on. That's it. Yes, because we need it. We need it. So Freezy is about to come up on the platform. Mandrell is just speaking his piece, just trying to say that he understands and is willing to at least publicly, girl, show himself as what an ally should be. And then for the rest of the live, we get what the hell it's not supposed to be, okay? So again, this is audio. Make sure you got something to smoke on, something to sip on. It's Saturday. You can relax, you can chill. Do this while you doing something else. Again, I want you to hear what is being said, okay? I don't want you to be so focused on the visual, but to hear the audio part of it, okay? Listen, comprehend. That's the point. Let's get in.
Which is why, even when I first said, it was like, oh, do you think men are being emasculated? I said, yes, I do believe men are being emasculated, but not in the same way. That I'm pretty sure you guys think so. Because I knew it was going to come up. I knew it.
And the thing is, like, with the whole discussion, again, I know, but you know, peace and blessings, Freezy. He's dropped the link. You're free to come up and explain yourself, please.
Because we got some explaining.
Right. I can't. The thing is, I can't answer for you. I'm just up here saying that. Listen, now that myself, no Black Men of Filter intended for that to happen on the show, I can't explain. I can't answer for grown ass men. Y'all know my perspective on it. I mean, you know, I got you.
No shade, but these are grown ass men. So, and they talk about, I think you even talk about the Mandrell stoicism and all this stuff. There was no sense of accountability whatsoever, because again, as queer people, we know, look, it kind of goes back to what Lance Scurv said in one of his older lives that I did a review of, where we can iron all our shit out later, and then no, we need to iron the shit out now. And as Black people, don't we understand what it feels like to be told later, okay, later on. You're not finna turn around and later on our ass. Especially if you want us to, because it gives the illusion, not even the illusion, fuck it. Again, y'all don't want queerness around. You don't want queerness connected to it at all, because you have been taught. You have been taught, not studied to show thyself approved. You have been taught to believe a certain thing about queer people. And then when there are queer people on the panel who literally contradict everything that y'all believe about queer people, and they're walking in their truth, y'all can't handle it. Y'all can't even honor them. And then when you do, as Freezy would say, even to CTV, you're an anomaly. You're an anomaly. You're an anomaly. What? You about to gag us how many anomalies there are amongst you. That's what you're gonna gag about. Let me shut up, girl, because y'all know I can talk. And I'm gonna talk my shit, bitch. I'm already short. I got my ladder right now. I will be at the top ladder like Jeff Hardy in this bitch. You goddamn right. And again, my commentary, because I welcome both crowds. I welcome those who want to learn and those who won't smoke. Because I also understand that, baby, there has to be some form of defense that needs to happen. And bitch, I am growing more and more every day in my awareness that, bitch, I have a right to be here and I'm going to live my best life. And that I ain't gonna allow no motherfucker to stop me, bitch, because the only motherfucker that can stop me from living my best life is me. And I'm realizing that more and more every day. Which is why I'm learning not to be fearful to speak my mind and really share what the truth is. And to not be afraid or intimidated by you niggas at all. Because again, all the shit that I went through growing up being bullied, I didn't realize that was training for me. Y'all niggas need to get ready, girl. Like, no shade. Y'all need to get ready, because y'all not. And it shows. It literally shows.
Records, y'all know I got your back. You know, BMU got your back. We was like, because we were sitting there just like this, like, that's why I would calm down sometimes, and I just put my hands in my head.
Oh yeah, and then by the way, I'm gonna continue. They ended up doing a response. Black Men Unfiltered ended up doing a response, which I ended up being in the comment section, and unfortunately, that video was, goddamn, porn bombed. So you know, they had to delete it, which I'm so upset about because I was like, I can do that next, like to continue it. But baby, they was not stoic at all, baby. They was a little bit heated, upset. They was like, oh, everybody talking about me and all this stuff, and they really spoke their mind because again, as queer people, we understand the truth. We're not confused on the truth. We trying to get y'all to understand y'all bullshit that y'all project onto us in this sick, twisted ass, narcissistic a transmutation of responding to someone's pain by being petty and not actually listening. Again, we understand what code y'all on. We understand what code y'all on, and we calling y'all out on y'all code. And baby, when the universe call y'all out, y'all gonna wish that we called y'all out. Y'all rather deal with us than whatever the hell the universe got for y'all. No shade.
I'm like, stop. That's the whole thing Friday night. That's a perfect example. That's what I want to change. That whole thinking, like, can you have a conversation with a queer person without bringing up their sexuality?
No.
Can it just be about the ideas? Because part two, what I wanted to do, I was going to pitch this to you.
If it involves money, yeah, they will. If it involves them benefiting from it, yeah, they will. And again, it's not even when that happens, that's not acceptance. That's tolerating. That's tolerance. In the last live I did, one individual said it. Even though it's fucked up, but it's the unfortunate truth that black people tolerate queer people. Even Mr. Information Man said when the whole argument of how the niggas used to dress back in the 60s and 70s and all that shit with thigh-high boots and all this shit, that it was some sort of effeminization then, but we tolerated them because they still singing about pussy. They still eating pussy. They still diving in pussy. You know what I'm saying? It's when the niggas start dressing like this and say they don't want no pussy and they want someone inside their pussy that we have a problem. So again, it's a tolerance. And it's a tolerance about things that y'all are ignorant about. Like, how do straight people know more about queerness than queer people? How is that possible? How is that possible? Someone explain it to me. Okay, girl.
Conscious. I wanted to have them discuss and or debate the ideology. How you see the world, like find out what has your life experiences, how has your life experiences affected you and caused you to view the world in the way that you do? First of all, how do you view the world? You know what I'm saying? And how's your life experiences led you in that direction? And because other people don't see the world the way you do. People don't see the world the way I do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Same thing with IG, same thing with Freezy. Everybody's different. But from
this
the
is Mandrell talking. This is the individual who I do appreciate in the manosphere, who is literally trying to bridge the gap. Okay, so again, shout out to Mandrell and Mr. Bennett. Shout out to both of them.
And, you know, how do you see the world? And then get into debating ideology. So let's see if we can find common ground there. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole for the series, my whole objective is to find common ground so we can shake hands and at least exist with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I want people to understand that, okay, just because a queer person does something wrong doesn't mean the queer community is bad. It just means that one person did something wrong and they just happen to be a member of the queer community. You know?
Exactly. Just like for black people, like this whole ideology that all black people are thugs. Y'all just thugs. Thuggity thug. instead of that person being the one who did wrong, and that is the person that actually needs the help, as opposed to applying a broad stroke. And then when the broad stroke is applied to black men, then all of a sudden, oh, not me, not me, not me. So why are we having an issue with each other here? Why are we not having the conversation so that we can really be accountable? And y'all want queer men to be accountable. Queer men had no choice but to be accountable. Look at what the fuck they deal with. They black and they queer. That's a hell of a lot of shit to motherfucking swallow. Even the oppressed people don't want to be gay. The fuck? Just like some oppressed people don't want to be black. Like, and we're not trying to build camaraderie. Not in no pathetic ass, weak ass trauma bond, but actually learn to heal. Because we both have suffered. We both have been oppressed. But we also have to be, again, intellectually and emotionally honest. And a lot of heterosexual men are not emotionally honest. And even with me as a queer man, I had to learn to get in my head more to become more balanced, because I was over emotional. But it took self-love for me to become balanced within myself. And if y'all have any facts that y'all feel like queer people are doing that is detrimental, we're asking you to prove them, but y'all are not proving them. There is this fear narrative of what it could be, what could happen. Y'all so worried about what could happen. You're not worried about what the fuck is happening right goddamn now. Oh shit.
I'm saying, like, the queer person part really had nothing to do with it. You know, it had nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I mean by I want people to see you guys as humans, because you are. Like, at any given moment, someone being gay, lesbian, straight, binary, non-binary, that has nothing to do with their behavior, really, in most cases. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, why can't people just see that part? And like that's the confusing part to me. I'm like, it's because for me it's obvious. Like, you can't blame the whole community for something that a couple of them do. Well, that guy did something to children. That guy did something to children. Okay, that was him. Well, see, all the LGBT whatever, they all do. No, they don't all do that. Dipshit. You know what I'm saying? If that was the case, all white men would be racist. Throw that dipshit
in there too.
Even though the most racist shit I've ever experienced in my life came from black people. Well, no, when I was in second grade, I got spit in the face by a white man. A grown-ass man spit in my face.
Oh, yeah,
I was in second grade.
That's racist.
Called me a nigga. But no.
That's not racist. The fuck.
I've been treated worse by black people than I have by white people or any other race. You know what I'm saying? But people don't. That's another conversation people don't want to have.
Yeah, let's have a conversation.
Because Mandrill is kind of. How can I say this? I'm just gonna say it. A lot of people would consider him like a geek or a nerd, and I'm cool with that. Like, those are still people who are human beings too, who like video games and stuff like that. So, you know, and then again, the fact that he's willing to be open-minded and trying to understand other people, they do poke fun at him, saying, "Oh, you must be gay," or some, just joking with him, because again, first of all, he being his motherfucking self. I didn't know that being yourself mean you is gay now. Damn. If being yourself is gay, girl, it seems like somebody don't want you to be yourself. Anyway,
I can already tell by some people on this panel, and
black people, how black people are, in my opinion, treating queer people like absolute trash for no good reason, and no one seems to know. Nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. But at the end of the day, we're all gonna need each other. Oh, they notice.
They just don't care.
You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, you don't have to like it. You don't have to agree with it for whatever your reasons are. But understand that person, you're not gonna catch anything from them. It ain't contagious. You know, they're not fucking aliens.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't. They're not gonna spit acid. Right. They don't bleed acid. All right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. Take Freezer for instance. Freeze's questions. How about him there? Because I knew.
No,
here's why I brought Freezy.
We're gonna get to Freezy.
I know. Because I'll tell you why I brought Freezy. Freezy was gonna ask questions that a lot of people wanted to ask, but he was gonna do it in a respectful way. Like Wednesday's show, Freezy had a lot of questions. Like he's freezing. I guarantee you. Bet you.
But there is an issue when you keep asking the same question and you keep trying to go down this rabbit hole as opposed to comprehending what is said to you so that you can understand, because again, you're the ignorant one. But then you ask a lot of the queer-phobic questions because you just don't give a fuck. A lot of people are scared to speak their damn mind because of the consequences, because it's like, hello, karma is literally getting y'all back and y'all not even learning from the karma. Y'all just trying to, again, get victory, get back at them. The universe sanctioned this. Whenever something happened to you, all things happen to you in your life is to teach your ass something. Hello. So a lot of the questions he was asking were kind of like questions that didn't make any fucking sense. It just sounded very ignorant. And I mean, if he is ignorant, we're going to have to deal with that level of ignorancy, because I don't know how ignorant he really is, because I don't watch his stuff. He was just on the panel, and he was the one that was the most vocal, saying the most craziest shit. So it's like, and again, the fact that the comments wanted him to ask questions, because again, girl, I can work. We all on call. Girl, we can get this shit shooketh, because again, now when the black men come on, it's about a show of this toxic masculinity. Which one of these black men is going to silence these homosexuals? Who's going to do it? Who's going to do it? Who's going to do it? Because once again, even Mandrell said when he was on one of the lives with Conscious and Reckless that they got a lot of DMs and a lot of messages where black men was literally saying, why the hell is your ass being nice to this motherfucker? Why aren't you being tougher on him? You know that the person that he represents and who he is and who he represents, how destructive they are against us, right? I mean, you do know that, right? I mean, we don't know, but you do know. So it's just like, it's ignorance, girl. It's all this type of just glitching shit that's going on. So again, Frizzy was not asking questions to understand and comprehend. He was doing it to kind of trigger shit up, because when you are really learning something and you make a mistake, you also have the awareness to say, oh, you know what, my bad, I'm sorry, bro, my bad, I'm still learning, bro, I'm still learning, please, bear with me. You wouldn't mind being corrected. That's the point. Now, how many times you get corrected is based on if you're willing to comprehend or not. I mean, Rottweilers know how to fucking learn. The fuck? If motherfucking big head ass Roddies can learn, why can't y'all niggas learn?
$20. Freezer still got a lot of questions.
Yeah, a lot of the same questions is remixed in a different way.
Freezy be all right for this, and then he got up there. Freezy asked a lot of questions.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
We hear you.
But let me get IG in here. Yeah, IG.
Yeah, shout out to IG as well. He's another individual who is
and it's just
who on that higher vibrational shit too. I appreciate
it. And I'm glad you wasn't taking the conversation to just like it's just an all black thing, because Freezy on here, and that's one way for us not to stay on topic. So I'm just gonna put that out there. Now it is so interesting though that when I noticed when they asked the question about masculinity. That's why I want to just make sure you understand. Because I caught the first 3.5 hours, Jeremy. I was listening very intently, and I was throwing blows in the motherfucking chats. Intellectually, nobody really could say anything to me about that in the chat, by the way. So it's kind of like whenever they start bringing up, not conscious, not reckless, the question was asked, what is it that is emasculation? What is it that is emasculating to that regard? And all of the heterosexual men, besides the exceptions of yourself and Bennett, kind of didn't have those questions. When a question was asked to all the men on the panel, what is are black men being emasculated? And see, the ironic part of what I'm about to say, all of the black men, regardless of gender and sexuality, all had something to say, yet we couldn't even get to the intellectual, political nuance part. See, the reason why white men are beating us, because they're using their masculinity in a psychological, strategic way.
Yeah.
They're not scared of you. They're not scared of me. They're not scared of any of you on here. That's a myth. So the reason why they're beating us, though, because they're able to compartmentalize through their tribes, through their nations. So what I heard on the panel last night, I meant that, my nigga, that y'all made me feel shamed as a black man because despite what information which he was making, it works by going through all of the things of how you are submitted. And the irony of that, you're on a panel talk about what emasculated you while talking about the people who still running system as emasculation in you. And you're more focused about fucking boots and covers. And this is where I'm like, now this is why we are in the position. So yes, I'm fuck the even the sexuality. I'm not saying it's not important. I'm just gonna tell you from an old man spirit with a black man in me. You heard me. Y'all made me really feel embarrassed. And that's just like, God, y'all talk about boots, but the men are on here who are whining and complaining the most about submission and why their women don't respect them. Nigga, you failed at leading. You having a nuclear fucking family didn't stop you from being conquered. You having your own tribe didn't stop you from being outwitted. The white man love made him go out there and say, bitch, it's better you than me. So that's the difference. I don't give a damn about morality and all got gains. Y'all as black men showed why white men, cis hetero black men, let me make it clear, have psychologically been able to best us.
Well,
no shade, especially when y'all the majority. Especially when y'all the majority, girl. No shade, girl. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, and y'all want the crown so bad. So you're being reminded of what qualifies you to wear the goddamn crown, and it's crazy because the qualifications, some of them. Girl, never mind. Let me shut up.
Freezy, I gotta say, he does have a point now.
Of course he does.
Unfortunately
for y'all,
he has a point. I mean, because I gotta admit, like you, Freezy, you watch these YouTube streets and you frequent dust panels for whatever reason. I still say it's beneath you.
And that's what I'm
but,
saying.
Freezy.
So getting on that note, right? So it's just like, why? I'm sorry about the land. You heard me? It's just like there was a moment there. You're talking about building a bridge. That was the moment, because we could have went. You know how much political science and history and mystery that I could have added to the context how this shit fucks with all of us, and there's something that can do. But no, we couldn't get to that conversation with Reckless, who is thank you for your service, my nigga, who's active. And you got the nerve to talk about her American, bitch. That's American right there. The descendant of the blood whose ancestors was drafted and still could get hung and called a nigga. That's the descendant of that nigga right there. But you talk about you black and American, your politics ain't adding up. Now I land my claim.
And you know what else? Also,
wait. I want to get Freezy up in here. I want to allow him to respond.
Well, yeah. What IG said, I actually agree with most of what he said, especially when it comes to black men in households. The quintessential black man has failed the black community in an enormous way. And this is why we suffer from so many issues that we're dealing with. Even on the panels that we've shared together, Reckless, on Black Man Unfiltered, and Mandrell's show. You know, all these issues stem from, and this is just in my opinion, they stem from lack of leadership from black men. I agree with that. I'm not saying that's the whole issue, but I really do think that that's a big foundation. I'm speaking to IG's point.
But Freezy.
Go ahead.
Well, actually, no. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna cut you off.
I was about to say, yeah, let him finish.
Yeah, and I do want to correct something when I was giving my definition of masculinity when it was my turn on Black Man Unfiltered show. I wasn't saying that black men in general don't cry victimhood, but what I think what I said on that panel that night was, and it was kind of humorous too, that real men should be able to get together in a barbershop style talk and be able to go back and forth, whether it's a harsh conversation or not, and not be victims with one another. That's what I was saying as far as in retrospect with that panel, or just in barbershop talk in general, which is what the show was labeled, right? That's what I was really referring to. But I agree, there are a lot of black men that cry victimhood, right? So I'm just trying to give clear context. And as far as what another point I was going to make, as far as like the self deletion rate. Now I understand that there's the minority. I'm not saying that the majority of the gay and queer community are out here offing themselves. No, and if I gave that impression, I'm sorry. But I do believe, and I have read several studies, right, that let me get my words right, because I don't want okay, yeah, when it comes to reassignment, I think that's the surgical reassignment. I think that's the correct terminology.
Gender reassignment.
Okay, 10 to 15 years after surgical reassignment, the self-deletion rate of those who had undergone sex reassignment surgery, by 2018, let's just stop right there. By 2018, it had rose to 20 times that of their comparable peers. This is a fact. So I don't say stuff like that to create homophobia.
But then we have to ask the question, what was the motive for them wanting to delete themselves? Because just because a trans person goes through the reassignment surgery and now can actually self-actualize and live the life that feels right to them mentally, spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, and now physically, it does not stop the fact that they don't deal with transphobia. It doesn't erase the fact that they still deal with transphobia. And then when we start having more nuanced conversations and going deeper in reference to blackness, how there are trans women of color who are dying at alarming rates, whether they're taking themselves out or being taken out, because again, their reality unfortunately does not support them. They are ignorant and don't want to humanize them based off of what they've been taught. And if they were to humanize them, then all of a sudden their motherfucking privilege that they have in reference to being black is now removed, because now you're with them. Kind of like when there are white people who are empathetic towards the oppressed groups of people and starts to sympathize with them, that all of a sudden now you're one of them. And we've seen historically what that looks like. And again, even with Mandrell on the panel, they were still talking about Mandrell to where I felt like when he ended up doing the whole stoicism thing with his sister, to me, it just kind of felt forced. It didn't feel natural. It just felt like this was a way of trying to get back at the queer community, that in order to be a real man, you have to cut off your emotions. That is a toxic viewpoint of what a man is. Now I can understand you somewhat turning your emotions off when it comes down to defending yourself in war. Because even with war, and as much as y'all say that men are stoic and don't have no emotions, then why the fuck is there so many motherfuckers right now who come back with PTSD, with all type of mental illnesses, as you call them, because of being under certain situations that's not really meant for a human being to undergo and to deal with? There has to be some emotional awareness and intelligence in order for us to understand. So it's kind of like, again, we understand how niggas are on code. And even with Freezy coming up and saying, you know, it was kind of like saying, I'm sorry, but, like, I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm sorry for hurting y'all that was my thing, but these stuff. And then it's like, okay, once again, you're still being educated. It doesn't just absolve the queer-phobia. No, we're dealing with how much queer-phobia is inside of you. And again, a lot of people think that, oh, because I'm not being overtly queerphobic with calling you the F word or a derogatory term or putting my hands on you or whatever. But then it comes through the realms of laws that discriminate against people, and then people end up losing their own pursuit of happiness or being hindered from their own pursuit of happiness. And the fact that you don't want queer people around your children, or that there is some mysterious way that a child can become queer that is happening more so than the anomalies of those who are quote unquote born that way. Again, those who want to, I'm not saying that, oh, you can't come with your own mind and that I'm supposed to agree with everything. No. But you will be corrected on what you're wrong about. We can agree on what you're correct about, but we're not going to agree about what you're wrong about. Factually or wrong about. Objectively or wrong about. Okay? Statistically wrong about. In reference to experiences wrong about.
Or fear of the LGBTQ community. I say stuff like that because I care about gay and queer people too. Well, no, let me back up. Black, Hispanic, and Native American gay and queer people. Yeah, I care about you guys. So the point I'm trying to make is this: if I say something, if I give an alarming stat and it kind of ruffles some feathers in the chat or on the panels, it's not because I'm trying to be cruel. It's because I did my research.
But you're using your research in a way to kind of denigrate or try to downplay the plight of queer people, because if you did, you will understand, once again, going deeper than just the facts, you have to also understand the context of it. What caused these people to do this? Because it's given the illusion, and once again, you have to clear this up. It's given the illusion, I'm using that word loosely, that, oh, when people transition, that now they want to off themselves because they've made this irreversible change, and now they have to take their own lives because of the guilt and shame that they're dealing with. And if that's the case, again, back that up and substantiate that even more. You was using it as a way to throw a dig at the queer community, and it failed. And it failed because they're going to let you know why those things are. Okay? And you, come on, we is really short in this bitch. Yes, Donna is 5'4", I'm 5'2", Lala 4'10". Come on, leprechauns. Let me tell you something. It's our time. It's leprechaun, not season, bitch. It's leprechaun era. All of the weird people, all of the free people, all of the individuals who are understanding and embracing their uniqueness, girl, and still contributing to the whole, bitch. Life is changing for us. So all my leprechauns, stand up for real. And get y'all ladders together, okay? Ladder power activate.
That's why. And honestly, I would think that if the LGBTQ community also fact check me and find out that what I brought out was true, why wouldn't you show just as much concern as I did by bringing these facts out?
Again, because the way that you used the facts was not in the way that you intended, as far as love and I care for you. It was, once again, oh, if you let somebody transition, they gonna, and that's the whole thing. Literally, you have people all around who think that same way, who use the same words, the same logic. Again, this is a uniformed way of thinking. This is a ignorant, monolithic way of thinking, unfortunately, within the black community. That, oh, y'all bring up queer people who or trans people who found Christ and all of a sudden are dealing with guilt and shame, not within themselves, but because of the religion that they've been indoctrinated with, to believe that it's wrong and stuff like that. And then you use them as poster children to tell other queer people, this is the truth. Y'all choosing this shit. This is the truth. And all the while literally disregard the experiences of queer people. And when they express themselves, especially queer feminine men, you have the luxury and the privilege to be able to label them as weak, and that, oh, you're not being stoic, and all this other type of pseudo bullshit that y'all motherfuckers can't even uphold your goddamn selves. And then gag when the gay men learn how to do it. Yeah, they might be feminine, but gay men understand that they're still fucking men. The fuck? All that shit go out the window.
I can give you an answer.
Go
Did
ahead.
you research and see this data disaggregated, or was it just a raw number? Because I'm asking because I don't know if you understand the nuance between same gender loving Black Americans that is happen to be identified with the LGBTQ because that's the mainstream. Just like you, for example, and you and Mondrell, right? All of the things I just said. Well, just because you're a heterosexual Black man and you fuck women, you're not in some type of class solidarity with the white men, are you? Because I thought about what you just said, actually, that they don't cry victimhood. But the irony in that statement, whenever it comes to explaining the behavior and why you have certain traumas, information man referred to the times when we go back to, oh, what did he refer? Oh yeah, cutting a Black man's balls and penis off and wearing it as as a rabbit foot. That's that's the type of things that he could research. And okay, and just like you with the statistics, I'm not disagreeing with that. But see, when we say that, okay, I got another one. Since you're Black concerned, according to you, and I would just assume that you, I could, make an ass out yourself assuming, but I just assume you might be with a Black woman or love a Black woman. I don't know you like that, but let's just say you are. Now, not just because you were a Black woman, you don't. You look like you got a Black mother. Your mom was Black, like my mom was Black.
Yes,
Was
sir.
she Black American? Like, was she? I ain't xenophobic. I'm saying, was she here before the 1965 Immigration Act? You know what I'm saying? You got some in your blood type of shit. You heard me? Is she that kind of Black?
Well, she's not here anymore. She just passed away last year. But yeah,
Her
she
descendant. Okay, so
she's Black.
American Black, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so then when you hear statements like that's only been going around over the internet, Black women, the mortality rate between Black women and Black men, women are murdered every 5.5 hours. So that's where it's for me as a man, I question your complete loyalty.
Could you repeat that? Could you repeat that again?
When the status in the known conversation that Black women are killed every 5.5 hours by their
Yeah.
partners in domestic relationships. And because Black women are overwhelmingly more race loyal until recent times, and that's good for them, versus how Black men have been, it goes without saying that Black women are being murdered at the rate by their male companions, Black men that they trusted, every 5.5 hours.
Right.
So that's what I'm asking you about the LGBTQ. Well, brother, you might just be concerned about white American LGBTQ people and their stats. Because a lot of times with this data, they don't disaggregate it for you. You have to dig for it and get it from different angles for you to do it for yourself. So you might be sitting up here spending time worrying about what the statistics are on white LGBTQ people when there is more statistics for like numbers and everything has been researched that, well, nigga, your peers are the ones that's killing Black women every 5.5 hours.
Well, what you just brought out about Black women was not relative to the conversation.
I know it's not relative to yes, it is relative to the conversation. I'm just saying in the sense of you're saying Black queer. Well, nigga, you should be. I'm a Black queer person. My environment got to do what happened with my mother and my father in the Black community. So yes, it does.
I agree. I agree.
So I'm just saying in the context of the numbers, nigga, that would matter to me. It ain't gotta be my mammy. It could be a sister I work with. It could be the chick that give a nigga extra fries or Popeyes at the drive-thru.
Okay, but what I'm saying is you brought out information about Black women. I care about Black women.
It pertains to the conversation I'm saying to you that you're quoting data. Which one is more important if you ask people in the chat? You focusing on LGBTQ generalization that don't particularly work for Black people, or me bringing up the facts that, well, hold on, which one's more Black specific that's affecting Black people? Not just the general public, not all lives matter. Black lives matter, right? What is the one that would be more as a people now? Because see, all these other races, That's the shit I be talking about. I know
What he's
it
saying
will affect you, but I'm just saying you could just be focusing your emotionalism and everything that you're research to a movement or a number that's
I don't think you
that
understood what I was.
No. Okay, so what he's saying is this. What he's saying is that when your statistic, when it comes down to the trans women or whatever, that's not there was
Well,
there
it
needs to
wasn't
be a
just
clear,
trans women. It was
or
just
trans people.
yeah.
So there needs to be a distinction between the pigmentation of what we're talking about when we talk about that statistic. Now,
Right.
in terms of the other statistic, the reason why he brought that up is because that's more race specific. So you should worry about that, because a lot of times when you guys spit up those other stats, they don't pertain to us.
Right.
They don't pertain to melanated queer people.
It's called
Okay, so
strategism.
so listen. So what I just brought out was after surgical reassignment, 10 to 15 years after surgical reassignment, the deletion rate is 20 times more than their comparable peers. So yeah, I will give you that it will probably more enlightening if the pigmentation was revealed, but 20 times more than their comparable peers. IG, hold on, wait. 20 times more than their comparable peers. I didn't give a pigmentation of their comparable peers either. You understand what I'm saying? What I'm saying is you're creating a straw man argument when it's alarming in general. That's what I'm saying. So, but I will give you that. But as far as and also as far as black women being race loyal, that's up for debate too. But
oh Lord Jesus.
But that's a whole nother conversation. But if we would have a good, you should tune in to Black Man Unfiltered.
Oh, baby.
And, hold on, wait, listen. You should tune in to Black Man Unfiltered show and Mandrell show. You probably will hear that 10 times more as far as us speaking about black women. Then this is a nuance. This subject matter that we're covering as far as with the
I believe you. I don't need to see because I believe you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what I'm telling you is what you brought out. We talk about that all the damn time.
I believe you.
The point for having the discussion with your community was to be more of a nuance to try to break through some barriers or get some information out.
But how you gonna break through the barriers, girl, when you're not even listening and comprehending what is being told to you? Because again, that's why I'm so glad I reviewed it, because it's fresh in my mind. You literally have people that have every opposing thing to say about queer people as opposed to really honoring them. Even when we brought up queer people who contributed to the black movement, such as Bayard Rustin. Again, I just recently discovered that there was a queer man that donated millions of dollars to help fund the civil rights movement, because somebody that was black was using their money and their wealth to be able to help the black community even further, because again, they're black. James Baldwin, other influential queer people. Who else? It was another author. I forgot his name. Langston Hughes. I think, and Langston Hughes queer too. All these people. But then he was like, we thank them for what they did. But it's like you kind of do a Lawn Street job at passing they shit over and not acknowledging what they have done, and then try to focus on all these other things that have been taught to you, i.e. y'all don't contribute to the birth rate and that we tolerate y'all. Like, again, this whole thing of like trying to really bridge the gap, but like it's like you want to bridge the gap but you're so scared to bridge the gap. It's like if you're scared to bridge the gap, girl, go sit your ass down and don't bridge the gap then. Because we're trying to talk to the motherfuckers that do. And then when you have individuals who try to bridge the gap, for example, like motherfucking Mandrell and his beautiful fine ass sister. Ooh, she fine. Again, Mandrell and Black Men Unfiltered were getting DMs asking and saying, why are y'all being so easy on these niggas? Why you being so easy on these niggas? Why you being so easy on these niggas? Why? Because, again, y'all don't fucking care. There is no bridging of the gap. It's not. Y'all don't want queerness around. That's literally it. And again, when a motherfucker want to learn, girl, it's not gonna be this goddamn difficult, bitch. Because if it's any motherfucker that should be feeling some type of way, it should be a motherfucker feeling some type of way about themselves, girl. Because again, Freezy is trying to throw all these quote unquote facts out and not even in context. He's using it as a way to say, oh, well, this is alarming. Like, y'all queer and y'all don't care about trans women. Motherfucking kill themselves 15 years afterwards. It's 20% higher. It's 20% higher. So you're using it as a generalized statement. Because y'all believe that being LGBT means that we're in some association with the white man. So you can use a statistic or a fact that is blanketed around the whole thing and not even race gender specific. But then when IG came with a race gender specific one that actually affects you, now all of a sudden it's not part of the context of the conversation, girl. It's like, it be these weak ass ring around the rosy type of ass like moves that is so like, so played out. And it's so motherfucking outdated. It's kind of like embarrassing. Like, girl, in the era of motherfucking flat screen and LED TVs, girl, you still got that motherfucking box, bitch. And the box don't even have a motherfucking antenna thing. You gotta wrap some aluminum foil around it, something. You got the prehistoric one, girl. Now, maybe if the world go to hell, girl, then maybe you might get some shit. But I mean, damn, girl. Y'all love looking through the static and is so afraid to look at shit at 8K. 12K, bitch. Enhance your life.
That's why. That's why we had the conversation.
It wasn't no conversation, nigga.
But here's the thing, Freezy. But how was y'all planning on having a conversation when in front of the camera?
Before you keep going reckless, your chat asked me for a source. But if you want me to, I can provide that later. But go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, you are good. But I was gonna say, like, the thing is that how do you guys expect to have a conversation if a lot of people aren't really being honest on the panel? Like, it was literally tooth and nail. It took tooth and nail for people to actually indirectly admit there was queer-phobia literally on the panel. Literally. Because at first you say it has nothing to do with the sexuality, but then 2 seconds later the same person said it has nothing to do with sexuality, but yet it has something to do with the LGBT movement, which is the movement that's connected to people's sexuality and gender identity.
That's emasculating.
And then
who said that?
Who said that? That was, I want to say John the Baptiste. He baptized his ass to the chat.
Okay.
But it was one like and also the same thing that said this. Oh, this has nothing to do with the sexuality. It has all about to do with the appearance. But then yet, literally, Information Man literally said out his mouth is the reason why black people, were more tolerated certain heterosexual men for dressing like that is because y'all assumed they were straight.
Yeah. And
then the conversation surrounding the emasculation of men, we kept coming up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
right.
To be honest.
Right, I understand that, girl. Then why are you trying to do all this other type of mental gymnastic and backflips, girl? Are you trying to exhaust all your options? Because that's exactly what's going to happen. Because, again, that panel is 9 hours long, baby. We can exhaust all the motherfucking options. If that's the case. How you understand that, but then, okay, go ahead.
I think y'all kept coming up because
that's how you feel.
Not only
that. You hear that? Not only that.
Don't hurt me, my nigga.
Not only that.
No, that is how you feel. That is really what it is. You in a space that because I don't want
these niggas tell on themselves. It's so cringy. It's so motherfucking cringy, bro.
We can have this conversation. That's and
I'm saying you saying that's how I feel. Or?
No, I'm just saying the process. Maybe not you personally.
Yeah, but the way that you think about it, your information about it is that.
So I'm just saying.
And that's not an ad hominem, because he keeps throwing out ad hominems, girl. My commentary ain't throwing no ad hominem at you. Now, I might throw a little shade, about being bald and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I'm really talking about your talking points, the facts and statistics that you bring up, and how you so desperately want them to align to your side, so desperately.
Well, the conversation was about emasculating the black man, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's just be fair.
Wow.
The thumbnail that that black man showed, it showed more of a feminine type style men on the I'm gonna say Jonathan. I'm gonna say Jonathan.
It's fine.
Listen, what I'm saying. Hold on, I never interrupt you, bro. I never. Now I'm gonna be fair. What's the rapper's name that was with Sierra? I keep forgetting his name.
I'm accepting that. We gonna have to interrupt each other, bitch.
No, I think ASAP Rocky. Yeah, ASAP Rocky.
No, Rihanna. That's Rihanna.
ASAP. Now I would say maybe ASAP Rocky didn't exude femininity. Maybe he just looked like a puss ass nigga carrying the baby while she leading him across the damn beach.
He not feminine. He just a puss ass nigga. You hear that, girl? Do you hear the shit? Like, queer people, girl, y'all literally think we just sit around and just make shit up. When queer people, no tea, no shade, just facts, make more money than their heterosexual peers. We sitting around making shit up, girl. Did you literally just hear that? Pussy ass nigga. The thought process. That's the thing we talking about, girl. The thought process. He a pussy ass nigga. He a pussy ass nigga that's married to a fucking billionaire. A lot of y'all niggas would be holding y'all goddamn sons and shit too if your wife was a billionaire, but the bitch ain't. She ain't a millionaire. She hardly a damn 10 according to y'all. Billionaire, you may not hold the baby publicly, but you gonna hold that motherfucker privately, girl. Like, come on, girl. Come on.
Right? That's just my opinion.
Really?
But as far as Jonathan Majors,
Lord, I'm gonna have to pray, girl. When my time comes to interact with these manosphere niggas, girl, I'm gonna get a niggas what they want. They need, bitch. I'm already short. I'm already short.
Even queer people can see that nigga looked fruity.
Wow.
And y'all can't be honest. See, we can't
be honest. Again, y'all are equating something that's clothing to something feminine and him being a bitch ass, fuck ass nigga. I feel like Whitney right now. Let me take another sip of this wine, girl. Because I'm not giving a fuck today, girl. This is sad ass Saturdays, bitch. Girl, because this nigga got on some boots and it seemed fruity. See, y'all the niggas with the issues. Y'all the niggas with the problems. Y'all the niggas that don't know. And if you don't know, I just wish y'all say y'all don't know and y'all are afraid to know. You talking about being honest. You're not being honest. Because when you say, oh, the queer people can tell that he look fruity. Yeah, to the motherfucking self-loathing gays who don't want to be connected to the community or whatever. What's up, Queen Spicy? That might seem like it's, too feminine. Because, again, they want to escape the stigma that comes with being queer. Because the stigma is still very much alive, despite what you want to believe or want to believe. So again, with toxic masculinity and patriarchy, I have to call that out. I have to call that shit the fuck out. As a black man, I have to call out when I see shit that don't look like a quote unquote real black man. Y'all talk about this black man shit, girl. See, y'all talk about it and other motherfuckers be about it. That's the difference. And then want to beat people into submission because your ass can't even fully walk out what the fuck you believe. No shade, girl. I'm praying for manosphere and they goddamn hymns, pill taking, hairline regrowth ass. I'm praying for these niggas, girl. That's probably why I probably sacrificed my height, girl. The universe said, girl, either become fucking 5'10" and become these manosphere niggas or become gay and short. My spirit said, bitch, gay and short it is, bitch. I'll take that. Cause at least there's some self-actualization in there if I figure the shit out. And I have. Ron says, good afternoon, y'all. I believe if there is such thing as white fragility, then there is such thing as black fragility. Yeah, of course, this is human. We talking about human being things. Like, again, in America, in the West, we are very ignorant when it comes to emotion and spirituality. We've been taught that shit is not man, only women do that. And the only time women should be emotional is when they cooking and cleaning and serving some pussy up when you want it. Like you King Jafar in this bitch. And again, black men know how to be on code, just like how toxic masculinity know how to be on code, because toxic masculinity is so far removed from the divine femininity that they are afraid. They have created their own low vibrational, extreme, toxic cesspool of hurt and pain and bullshit. And they want to be able to take out their frustrations on the people who hurt them. Bitch, deal with the motherfuckers that hurt you, ho. What about queer people? What about queer people? Queer people have the evidence and foundation to back it up. And we also got that motherfucking piece of steel, bitch, to back that motherfucker up as well, girl. No tea, no shade, just motherfucking facts. No shade. And again, that's out of defense. Out of defense. Not like how a lot of these niggas are when they on the offense and trying to stalk somebody. But I'm talking about defending of the self. Especially when it pertains to straight black men and their hang-ups with constantly maintaining their manhood and preventing themselves from showing an inch of vulnerability or even femininity. That's something that black men have to deal with inside their heads. Because there was a point in time, especially in the 60s and 70s, where niggas was walking in their truth. Yeah, there was some homophobia back then, but these niggas was wearing tight-ass goddamn pants. They didn't give a fuck. They was still fucking women and shit. Look at Dolomite. Motherfucking melted goddamn Tootsie Roll body-shaped ass, girl. Had the most tightest shit on and was doing that whack-ass motherfucking kung fu, but was still getting pussy, bitch. The fuck? It's when this hyper-masculinity came into play to where black men really started to fall. Look at where it's at now. Y'all talking about queer shit. Y'all rather shoot motherfuckers than okay, girl, never mind. Never mind.
If we gonna have candid conversations, y'all got to be honest with Freezer too.
Here's the thing.
But Freezer, you're not being honest at all, bruh. And you're supposed to be a leader. And queer people have been honest. They have been honest. What are you talking about it? That's what you talking about it. What are you talking about? Queer people have been honest. At least the queer people on the panel. But again, the problem also deals with you. With you. Because again, look at how you just responded to those things. Bitch ass nigga and fuck it. We know, girl, that's what it is. That's the truth. You tell on your truth. You tell on yourself. You tell the truth when you least expect it. That's how we know that your ass ain't listening. You ain't comprehending. Because again, the real truth is coming out. And I'd rather you just honor that truth so we can deal with that. Stop trying to act like your ass is an ally and you trying to understand queer people when you say certain things like that. Come on, y'all. I mean, come on. That's what we're dealing with, girl. And then get mad when we deal with it. And then all of a sudden now it's ad hominems and shit. You just call these motherfucker pussy ass niggas. He a pussy ass nigga for holding his baby. But then when a black woman call you a goddamn power bottom, now it's an ad hominem and shit. Because again, you're being associated with those images just being called that. And then you spend a lot of the rest of the fucking live trying to correct and feel some type of way about y'all calling me a power bottom. Do unto others as you want them to do unto you, bitch. It's that goddamn simple. I mean, the hairline is receding, the Hims pills, niggas taking motherfucking Viagra pills at 35, bitch. That's not my fucking fantasy. That's not my goddamn motherfucking content, bitch. Because I'm going to be slow stroking, bitch, until the end of time, girl. I'm already short, bitch, and this dick ain't. So I'm going to use all of it. Praise the Lord. In context and nuance. But, girl, if toxic masculinity mean your hairline receding, girl, and all this type of shit, girl, I don't want it. I don't want it.
But here's the thing.
That's how we break barriers, right?
No, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you guys are saying that you guys take up, oh shit, did someone drop down? I think he did. Oh, his device disconnected. It'll come back up. But if you guys are saying that it has nothing to do with sexuality and people, we're inclusive and all these things, then why are you upset at a black man who made an executive decision to do what he wants with his body?
Right.
Okay, now that's a real question.
Oh, not Mandrell. Not Mandrell. A cis hetero black man who likes pussy and vagina just as much as goddamn Frizzy do was able to say, ooh, that's a real question. Now let's listen to the response. Let's listen to what happens after the question is asked.
And I have an answer. Unless Freezer wants to go first.
Go ahead.
Hell no, Freezer got to think of something, bitch. Freezer like, girl, what the fuck? Girl, that was a real girl. Okay, go ahead. But let's listen to Mandrell.
Really?
You sure?
No, go ahead. Take off.
Okay, the reason why people have a problem with that picture per se is because, again, since time immemorial, since we've been here, we've been flooded with nothing but bad press, meaning black people as a whole, men and women, right? And in the past 30, 40 years or so, America started marketing towards women in general, regardless of race, because it became more marketable. Now women can go out and get jobs, get degrees and stuff like that and take care of themselves. They want to get the woman out of the home, out of the house, out of the homemaker role and into the workforce, because if they work, they got to pay taxes. And that's literally all that was about. As petty as it sounds, that's literally what it was all about. But anyway, the imagery of a black male has been an issue since we've been here. So I think what a lot of heterosexual men want, we want action heroes like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Lou Ferrigno, Sylvester Stallone. We want more of that on the screen. There's not enough. The argument is that there hasn't been enough of that for us.
So you're saying that there isn't what you would consider to be a black strong representation of what a black man, or what y'all call a lot of times real men, look like. That's what you're saying. Is that what you're saying? I mean, because that gives the illusion of what you're saying. That there is no healthy version of what blackness looks like as far as a black man. And that queerness is now a symptom of the lack of what y'all consider to be the most self-actualized version that a black man can be in his life. Interesting.
On the screen. So now when you see a guy like Jonathan Majors who's taking a picture in a Doflamingo outfit, I mean, a lot of people don't know that Doflamingo is like straight as an arrow. You know what I'm saying? But they just see him in the outfit. But like Information Man said, there are a lot of people we looked up to in the 70s and 80s who wore some questionable outfits. But we never questioned. But the thing is, that's what it is. We want to see black men with testosterone.
But even to your point, Mandrell, but even to your point, let's have the honest conversation. But even to your point,
keep being honest.
Why are you attacking queer people? Because queer people also.
And then on top of that, let's continue to also keep it all the way to motherfucking honest, okay? The fact that he said we tolerated those people because we knew that they were into women, or they sang about women, or their sexuality was put on the forefront. And how y'all niggas was shucking and jiving and fucking to all that goddamn music too. But Jonathan Majors, is it verified that he's gay or bisexual? And then on top of that, the context of what he was wearing was from a actual anime. But that didn't matter because this strong buff ass nigga that you would think, and he has played superheroes, hello, ain't he playing like a villain or something? Doesn't he have roles and shit to where he's portraying what is masculine? Ain't he in a boxing movie that's coming up, motherfucking Creed 3? Ain't he in that? And that type of masculine sport, of whooping a nigga ass? So there are representations of black men being strong. But then whenever there's an expression of a black feminine man being strong, because there are no more motherfucking in living color men on films anymore, girl. These black queer men, feminine men, are making money, are evolving and growing, are taking accountability and responsibility of their own life and actually manifesting their own life. Again, it seems like y'all are the ones with the identity crisis, and maybe y'all need to do what queer people did actually be the change they want to see, but in a loving way. Because again, queer expression and representation is not going to ever erase heterosexuality. Heterosexual people have been here and will always be here. Y'all are part of the process, but y'all not the only part of the motherfucking process, is what we're trying to get y'all to understand. Ron says it's to the point where nowadays with the newer generation, it's looked down upon if a man eats a hot dog. Like, exactly, and even wiping your ass is considered gay. You got niggas over here smelling like sin and penetration, girl, but then won't take the time to actually clean themselves. Isn't cleanliness next to godliness? Jonathan Majors is mostly known for the HBO series Lovecraft Country. And was he doing the bending over? Was he getting bended over or doing the bending in Lovecraft? Because I haven't seen it. Is he a gay character on the show? So there are black men who are heterosexual, even in the goddamn show that I'm so mad they canceled, Underground. I love that show. The black man in there, he was heterosexual. Like, what are y'all talking about?
So heterosexual people show up feminine like that as well too.
Yeah, my bro Chris is one too.
Well, I'm not attacking them. I'm
talking about in general.
Okay.
But why are you attacking a group that you said that you have no issue with?
Well, the thing is,
my
question.
I don't know.
Yeah. Now, my point of view is, my point of view is, I understand when he asked a question. I understood what he was asking. I'm like, oh, now I get what he's asking, and that's why there's such a visceral reaction towards Jonathan Majors' picture, and they don't want black men to look weak, so that's why there's such a visceral reaction towards the one with ASAP Rocky.
But that's
it makes you look human.
To them, femininity on a man does make that man look weak.
And that's the problem. That's the issue. And then it's a problem and an issue when they see other feminine men and feel like they have to check those men because they're the ones out of line. Y'all the ones that are not connected to your masculine energy. Y'all the one making us look bad. Making us look bad. No, bitch, you making yourself look bad. The fuck? Girl, you don't need no help from us to make you look bad. You're participating in making yourself look bad. Girl, I'm about to eat something in a minute, bitch.
It's called toxicity.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna let this motherfucking rock. I'm about to give you some
yeah,
real quick, so y'all just listen.
But and I get what you're saying. I'm not Julie, because the way I'm saying this.
I get Derek and see Woody in here after this.
He's saying it like it's not the homosexuality that I am attacking, even though it's misogyneer. It might be femophobic. I understand the nuance. He's not saying because he saw homosexuality. Because Mondrell is a man of the military background, I'm sure he's heavily patriarchy and has a very strong sense of that Greco-Roman type of vitriol of masculinity, right? So he's not saying that feminine in that sense. He's looking at it as just within that certain role. And because it is a heterosexual man, see, he's comfortable with a homosexual man being up there because he might still, but at the same time, can't say if he feels that it represents him because fuck all of this.
No, I remember I said the other day. I said if that's the look they wanted, well, there's plenty of gay men out there who are looking for opportunity and things like that. Get a gay man to do it.
No. I'm sorry. I can't do the BS conversations. I just can't. Reason being is because these conversations never happened until queer people entered these spaces. You guys had no issue with the thugs. You guys had no issue with the representation of the family man. You guys took no issue until queer people entered these spaces. So let's just have an honest conversation.
You had no issue with the thugs.
There was no witch hunt.
That's not true. That's not true.
That's not entirely true.
There was no witch hunt.
No, that's true too. That's true too. No, that's true too. There was no witch hunt.
Yeah,
I agree with that. There was no witch hunt.
Like there was no witch hunt.
But let's just be honest. Hold on, Reckless. Let's be honest though.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Wait. Let's be honest. The thugs ain't campaigning to cancel people. The thugs are not restricting what you say on the internet, on TV. Then you understand what I'm saying? They're not cuckolding you.
But
yes, they are.
Though, but here's the point. I'm
doing that.
I just don't.
But here's the point, because right now I'm on the road. But here's the point that I'm trying to get y'all to understand, and this is the reason why I said this image shit is stupid, is because the same toxic patriarchal way that the thugs are acting, that's what you guys are reinforcing. You're reinforcing motherfuckers to not be in touch with their emotions, and to think that the only conflict resolution that there is damn near violence. That's the reason why I was laughing when they was like, the queer can't have no self-control. Meanwhile, Information Man and the other two guys that got into it like a motherfucker, and we didn't say nothing.
Why? That's true.
Y'all
just sat there and watched. That's true.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you one question.
Let's just see what.
Let's see what it is. Okay, go ahead.
Y'all like the fuck for pleasure too. Let's cut that. Like how you like to see Freezy. Let's cut that out too. Cause contraceptive, birth control, nigga, that's for dick going in pussy. So let's not pretend if you was just trying to create God's greatest fucking gift every time you want to bust a nut. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So no.
See what
I'm saying? That's why we got child support out here now. Cause let's just keep it 100. Y'all. Don't make it seem like if procreation is the only reason you like the fuck. Matter of fact, anal sex and all that oral shit, nigga, that's y'all shit.
I think you're getting it misconstrued though, IG. Nobody said. No, wait.
Funny. I'm not being too serious.
What I'm saying.
All right, y'all. I'm still making my food. Give me like a few more minutes, but y'all still rocking with it, okay? I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here. And I'm gonna get to y'all comments. I had to come back and let y'all know. All right, let's continue.
It's
what I'm saying is, nobody's saying every time a man and a woman has sex, the purpose is to procreate.
Then why you
I never said
every time?
No, I didn't.
No, I'm saying
okay. But all I can do. Let's not. But what I'm saying is, let's not put the weight of JT, Information Man, and the rest of the guys on my shoulders right now.
No, but you amen to it. Like that's the thing. You amen to it.
Hold on. Listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying. Everybody can't speak at the same. On those, bro.
IG.
On those panels, everybody can't speak at the same time. I'm pretty sure that Reckless and CT don't agree on every damn thing.
No, but what you just said just blew me. Don't put in the context. That's crazy to me. Like as a man.
What did I say? What? What did I just say?
When you said don't put the weight of the conversation. Even you're the situation where how you think and how you feel is coming out in the context of the conversation. But you're gonna sit here and ask me as another man not to hold you. I'm not hating you, but I'm talking about having a conversation. You trying to tell me you just trying to escape from me or someone else just holding you accountable in the conversation?
No, what I'm telling you is
it's a conversation. What men do. I don't know what type of masculinity that y'all claim that y'all talk about, nigga, but I grew up around the thugs, the intellectuals, multinational people. So for you to say that to me, that bothers me because like, damn, you can't be held accountable to the weight of what you were saying and how you acted up and just in a conversation.
Okay. Listen,
that's no accountability. Doc.
Hold on. I got a gay cousin that deleted this dude. Wait. You ain't let me finish, bro.
Nigga, you haven't a gay.
I'm finna get what's gonna happen? I'm gonna get some order in this panel. I'm gonna drop everybody in 2.5 seconds. Freezy, begin to speak.
Okay, what I was gonna say was that I got a gay cousin that just deleted somebody last week. Should I hold IG accountable for that? No, I'm not gonna do that. So all I'm saying is that I don't believe that. It's not my stance that every time a man and a woman has sex, their purpose is to procreate. Yes, I agree. I actually agree with IG that a lot of it is pleasure. I agree with that. But it just so happens to be it just so happens that I believe that the correct way of having pleasure is a penis through a vagina. Now, if you're going to persecute me for that, I don't know what else to say. You know, you understand what I'm saying? So, but and also this, and also this right here. You guys will have to be honest and admit this right here.
Oh Lord.
Even you Reckless would admit, if you got brothers, do you have a brother? Do you have brothers or sisters?
On my dad's side, our brothers and sisters.
Okay, all of your brothers aren't queer, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of them are queer?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so let's just take one of your heterosexual brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Would you expect one of your heterosexual brothers to, would you be surprised if he started wearing dresses every day? Like if he came to y'all barbecue and wore a dress with makeup on and lipstick, would you be surprised if your heterosexual brother wore a dress with makeup on and lipstick and everything? Would you be surprised if he just showed up one day like that?
I could tell you.
Now I'm not saying you would be disappointed. I'm asking, hold on, IG, because you get triggered.
I'm back. I'm eating.
You getting triggered though, bro.
No, I'm not getting triggered, but I'm just saying, nigga, you sound like you a follower.
And no shade, you do. Wouldn't you expect? There is such a fear for a lot of black men to just be free, because freedom is something that your ass have to learn how to deal with. That's something that you self-actualize. A lot of people haven't done it, and a lot of black men have not done that. And no shade, that can be said on both the hetero and queer. But it's more of y'all than us. It's more of y'all than us. You will always and forever be the minority. So to blame the issues on the minority while the majority takes no responsibility, girl, that's that white privilege shit, just melanated in goddamn blackface. That's what it is. And a lot of the energy is very much blackface energy. And that's what I'm gonna start calling some of these niggas. Y'all got that blackface energy. Okay? Let's get it.
Have this thing where you try to project. You project what you think as if other men should think like that. That's what's crazy to me.
I just asked a simple question. Let me ask you then. Can I ask you? Can you just give me a yes or no answer?
To just keep saying the same shit. See, I've been around men, regardless of your stupid ass or y'all the agenda of what the people with their train of thought think.
IG, are you?
I've been around real men.
Are you? IG,
that's the second, third time you said that. Where like, based off of you gotta be honest and see it how I see it. No, nigga, a real cool. Don't speak for me. Don't speak for other men. Don't speak. Obviously, you're not.
When did I speak for anybody?
Well, you spoke. Okay, so he's referring to. But he's referring to when you said, I think the correct way is through a man and a woman. It's like not everybody is heterosexual.
But I also said that's my opinion.
No, I'm not saying that, Reckless. I'm saying what he keeps saying that. Hey, listen, go
my
back
belief
to it. You gotta be honest in the sense of, come on, like in the sense of, it has to be this way.
No. Listen. Wait. Back up, bro, because you getting triggered for no reason.
I'm not getting triggered. I'm just.
Yes, you are. Listen. I can pose this question to you and Reckless. All I need is a yes or no answer. All I'm saying is, if your heterosexual brother showed up to the barbecue for the first time wearing a dress and makeup, would you be surprised? I didn't say you would be disappointed. I didn't say you would hate him. I didn't say none of that. Would you be surprised?
It was the first time, possibly.
Yes.
But
okay.
But wait. But what I'm not going to do, I'm going to tell you the difference. The difference is I'm not going to assign him to this agenda.
Right, I get that. But all I'm saying is
no, you don't get it, because that's exactly what you guys did the whole panel.
Yeah, you're doing.
That's literally what you guys did.
Listen to what I'm saying. This is I'm trying to keep it on the thumbnail. I'm trying to keep it on.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the thing. It didn't stay on the thumbnail. On that panel,
I'm doing that now. I'm doing that now as far as this thumbnail, because we just got through talking about Jonathan Majors, right? I'm doing that now. So the same
But
way
what's
you
happening is that when you see that, you automatically equate it to a gay agenda. You automatically equate it to the infeminization of men. Here we go with the infeminate. Here we go with the effeminate. And then how queer people are problematic when it comes down to this idealistic view of what black people should look like to appease white people. Bitch, what about being your motherfucking self? That's the problem. A lot of motherfuckers don't know how to be their goddamn self. They still trying to appropriate to master so that we can prove the master. Girl, okay, maybe that was the whole case with my ancestors, and I thank God for them doing that. But now the hope and the dream of the slave have to manifest to where we don't have to seek validation anymore. We can fucking be it. Y'all literally sitting up here talking about high heels, a goddamn frilly shit, anything that's considered feminine. That automatically there is a attempt to destroy masculinity when y'all motherfuckers don't even know what the fuck masculine really is. Better yet, know how to walk in that shit in your own light. Confidently. And if there's any form of masculinity, there has to be a fact of brutality. There was an individual that asked a question, but without you, as a man, removing sexual prowess, removing your power and the ability of all these other things to conquer, who are you mentally, emotionally, and spiritually in yourself without women? Without that, how do you embrace that within yourself? How do you be a man within yourself, not a man identified or labeled outside of yourself? And niggas can never answer that question. Girl, let me eat my food, bitch. I wish I would let my food go cold, bitch, talking about this bullshit. Y'all listen to the rest of the stuff.
be surprised. Guess what? Me and Mandrell will be surprised too. And I'm going to speak to this point. I don't understand. I honestly feel like it's unfair to the LGBTQ community that they would actually take a heterosexual man and give him that opportunity. Give him that opportunity when IG could have posed on that damn they could have.
But bitch, IG a motherfucking Jonathan Majors. What the fuck? Like, so because he put it on, he's gay now? Is it verified that he's a homosexual? No. But the clothes get, girl, insecure ass niggas, girl. That's why I'm learning to love myself, girl, because I don't want to be insecure. I want to be secure in who I am, bitch. No shade. No shade.
They could have gave him that damn money.
That's the cop out because you didn't say that. You did not say that.
They gave him that damn money.
Shirtless, hey, IG, shirtless and all, IG. You could have been out there with that jacket on, getting the check. Getting the egg, nigga check.
And if IG ass was on the goddamn cover of Ebony magazine looking like that, y'all be right to Ebony like, bitch, what in the fuck is wrong with y'all? Y'all got niggas with no shirts on and goddamn bear uniforms on, bitch, on Ebony?
Oh, no, the thing is that men do dress that way as well.
Like, is he serious? Like, I'm not trying to be facetious. That's I'm cool, bro.
But heterosexual men dress that way as well. Like,
okay, what about reckless? What about IG? Let me ask y'all this. What about this? What about when they give heterosexual men roles in movies, kissing other men, when they could have gave that to an actual?
Why you asking questions that was already asked on the fucking panel, the Black Men Unfiltered? Why? And you got to answer. Okay, girl, let me shut up.
Actual talented LGBT man.
They're actors.
This is what I'm saying. When I say stuff like that, listen. When I say stuff, hold on. Listen.
Yeah,
when I say stuff like that.
Okay, this panel get dropped in 2.5 seconds. Everybody, chill out.
I'm trying to tell IG that when I say stuff like that, there's no uproar. No disappointment.
No, I'm gonna tell you the reason why that happened is because y'all didn't say that until Mandrell said that. So that's not the real reason why you guys even say that.
Me and Mandrell talk all the time. We agree.
Y'all did not say that. Y'all did not say that on that panel until Mandrell brought it up. Until then, it was about the agenda. Until then, it was just about the conscious representation is equating to the emasculation of the black man, and we should be switching back.
Now, to be fair, Reckless, if what I said gave them a different perspective and a different way to look at it, we got to be fair and give them that.
No,
too.
it's not a cop out because they haven't addressed the real issue, which is the queer-phobia, which was present on that panel. Now, once they address that and be honest with that, then we can probably give.
But again,
and then on top of that, give them a different perspective. They didn't stay on that different perspective, genuinely and honestly. How is it y'all say y'all talk all the time? Then why didn't Freezy bring that up? Since y'all talk all the time and I agree with a lot of things, then why didn't he bring that? It's gonna be difficult, girl, but it's possible.
Again,
Leprechaun, anything possible,
probably
bitch.
give them that.
I'll give
What
you
that is
that.
going to do, that's going to be another excuse.
Reckless, could you bring up a comment?
Reckless,
Could you bring up a comment? Could you bring up a comment for me?
Okay, what comment?
Ayana Ingram. I think she said they are actors.
Right, but here's the thing.
Okay.
I get what you're saying.
Let me speak to that, Madrell. Let me
Okay.
speak to that. But see, this is why I had a problem. That's true. They're actors, right?
My God.
But even the black LGBTQ went all up in arms when Rachel Denizal, the white lady who was portraying herself as a black woman, the head of the NAACP. Even the black LGBT joined together with heterosexual black Americans and was up in arms about that lady, saying that she identified as a black woman. But when I make a suggestion in the comment about acting roles, it's different. It's different.
But for one, we're talking about pictures. So actors out the way. Two, the way that Jonathan looks does not equate to him being homosexual. Like, that's the thing.
This is crazy. Do you
It does not
understand?
equate to him being homosexual.
I wish you could share that damn picture.
Breezy, I want you to do something. I'm gonna help
Okay,
you
yeah,
out,
and after
right?
this, I'm gonna get Derek in here, and I'm gonna get
I'm gonna
Woody
shut
in
the
here.
fuck up. I want you to research ancient Rome, 15th century, and I want you to look into pop.
You want me to research some white people?
Yeah.
That's what you want me to do?
Because I want you to see something, and I'm gonna point it out to you.
You
'cause I don't
already
want
went
you to
down the
take
wrong
my
road
word
then.
for it, right? I want you to say this because what you're gonna look and see in the American culture, see, white men have always been sexually fluid.
I don't give a damn about them white people.
Oh my God. And I'm saying this, nigga.
Now you want to appropriate your argument by using white men? You just got through talking about oppression and
because they do all of the shit that you talk about us doing. And
I don't care. I don't care.
They do. I'm saying research how I'm saying, nigga, them doing that didn't stop them from psychologically, physically, military beating us. I wasn't saying that to get you to adorn them. I'm just making a point. You fighting the wrong homosexual, nigga.
Bro, listen. What I'm telling you is,
You
I'm
need
not.
to be more concerned.
That's
saying white men still do what everything that you're saying in pop culture.
Freeze, I get where he's going.
Dress androgynous.
I get.
But he has a misconception. He has a misconception. Madrell, he has a misconception.
There ain't no misconception. Again, y'all believe that homosexuality is a European thing, and because you're dealing with black queer people, that they some way, shape, and form subscribe to Europeanism, which is an expression of queerness. Okay, girl.
I'm not fighting any homosexuals.
Oh my,
okay.
Oh God, you know
I'm not
what
fighting
mean.
any homosexuals.
You can't try that word play on me. Everybody knows.
That's what you just said, bro. Words mean something. You said.
Freeze it. Here's one of the big things I wanted people to get out of the conversation on Wednesday night, is that while we're treating them the way we do, like in my opinion, like trash. I say that I've said it time and time again, and I'll continue to say it. Black people treat black LGBTQ members like trash, and it's fucked up and it's wrong. And we stop. I wanted them to know that, and Brother Clarence learned this from my conversation Wednesday, Reckless. He even told you in Conscious this. He didn't know that racism was such a big thing in the queer community. So I was like, okay, they're getting it from the white man. All the progress and all this bullshit that we see that the LGBTQ community are fighting for and stuff like this, the black ones ain't seeing none of that. None of that progress, none of the forward movement, none of the good stuff, the counseling of people like that. The black LGBTQ people ain't in that. It ain't again. It's a situation where it ain't us. It's other white queer people.
We black first, though.
White queer people doing this shit. But then they say nothing when we come after them about it because we think all of them are under the same umbrella, but they're not. It's a very segregated culture, man. It really is. The black ones get nothing. The white ones and let's say nothing but little hat people, because you've been in the music industry for a long time, Freezy. You know, you've seen plenty of people with the little hats and the yarmulkes. You know what I'm saying? With the yarmulkes, a lot of them are the queer persuasion, right? Yeah, but see, black people in the queer community don't see any of that success, any of that happiness, any of that progress. That's the message that they're trying to see. It's trying to say, and that's the message. One of the biggest messages I wanted people to get out of Wednesday's conversation. They're ostracized from their own community and us as well, and it's fucked up that we treat our own like that. That should not be happening. If they had any support,
Madriel, I'm gonna give you a little pushback.
Because based off what he
the ones that actually adhere to that lifestyle, even if they're heterosexual in the entertainment world, they tend to be more successful in the entertainment world than a guy that actually a heterosexual man that actually sticks to his guns.
So is Jay-Z?
Yeah, because like I said, the thing is
Jay-Z homosexual?
No, the thing is,
you don't want to ask me that. Now we're gonna get into conspiracy theories, but that's a whole nother thing.
No.
Here we go,
Let's
girl.
talk about.
I just wish these niggas, girl, just be honest. Like, the fact that this whole pseudo bullshit and I'm an ally and I care about y'all and all this shit, it is farce. It is farce. It is farce. It is farce. It is not true. It is not true, because if it was true, we would all objectively see it. I think queer people, we're not the ones with comprehension issues. We would be able to see what the hell is going on if somebody was actually doing it, like Mandrell, who was calling Cap objectively, not because, oh, he's no, he's a human being. He understands that. See, when you tap into humanity, you'll be able to see the plight of other people when it's objectively true. I don't think queer people, just like how white people feel like black people are the ones who are making up racism in their head and that they're the only ones who are living in la la land and trying to project that onto us when we factually see how racism is still very much alive. Queer-phobia resonates, reverberates the same energy as racism. It's a fear of it, to where everything that Frizzy is saying whenever it comes to queer liberation, queer upliftment, that they don't control, but actually what it is, there's a fear of it. And if it is, if they're going to do it, they have to tolerate it, which means I get to control it. This is cringy as fuck. And again, as queer people, especially queer melanated people, just like we've always been motherfucking doing, we are going to be the ones, unfortunately, until y'all niggas get y'all shit together, girl, to be able to be the only ones who are educated and leading these things. Because y'all downplay our intelligence, y'all downplay our awareness, y'all downplay our intellectualism, girl, because we are queer, girl, and we are the ones who are not limited by that. Y'all are. Y'all the ones that don't believe that queer people can be conscious and that queer people have anything to bring, even though factually and historically speaking, we have. And even when we acknowledge that, it's kind of like a sweep under the rug, like, yeah. But no, bitch, there needs to be a period there and honor that as well, because that also contributed to blackness. Also contributed to blackness. Also contributed to black. Okay, girl. Okay.
About fact. Let's talk about fact. Y'all talk about stats and facts. And what's fact?
Jay-Z. He said Jay-Z.
I don't know. He might be. Shit.
So how
that's a weird world.
It's been said. Can I say this?
I'm
gonna say this. There's a rapper that brought him into the game named Jazz.
Wow.
He actually said that from knowing Jay-Z and what he had to do to be successful, he actually said that he was. But that's speculation. That's why I don't like to speak on, stuff like that.
Like the guy who was in New Jack City wanted to get his album
Again,
out,
that's a speculation. Again, that's alleged. Has this been factually? Has this been factually proven or not? has this been actually proven or not? And then you said Jazz, as far as who? You talking about Jaguar, right? Because even with her ass, girl, a broken clock can be right twice a day, girl, and every other time she wrong. It's this whole type of ideology that within queerness there is something fucked up and abnormal and weird about them that is going to affect my life somehow. And then we ask you how. And y'all can't prove it objectively, consistently. And again, are queer people perfect? Hell no, we're human beings. So there is parts of humanity that are hurting and projecting that hurt onto other people in all different type of ways. But again, it's the broad generalization. So if white people are making a broad generalization about black people, and black people are making a broad generalization about queerness, even within blackness, there is an issue there. But again, somebody got to get their motherfucking bullshit and energy out some way. And a lot of black men ain't gonna motherfucking reclaim their goddamn time when it comes to white men. So they're gonna do the next best thing. Which is why a lot of black men, like a lot of the black men that are on Black Men Unfiltered and Landscurve, believe that their foundation is a woman. And if anything about a foundation, it needs to be underneath you, never equal to you. And they're afraid of the equality, girl, because the woman's strap on might be a little bit bigger than theirs, girl. No shade. Take that up with God, not us.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know, I know that's true.
No, but this goes to the point that when you guys speak, you guys are demonizing just regular queer people as a whole.
How?
Because you guys are basically making it seem, for one, when I asked you, was he homosexual? You couldn't give me a yes or a no. You gave me conspiracy theory. And so with that being said, if I go down the line and go, is he gay? Is he gay? Is he gay? Is he gay? And then you're going to give out this definite answer. All the homosexuals are more successful in the music industry. When I keep asking you, who are these homosexuals that you refer to that's on the forefront as in representation, you can't give me a direct answer, but yet you sit up and talking about homosexuals are the most successful.
Yes,
and they
I
are in the forefront. Well, since that's happening, give me examples, not conspiracy theories. Give me examples. Who is successful and homosexual in the forefront?
Okay. You just want me to name black people?
Name them.
Okay. P. Diddy. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. What is that? Oh, that's not. Yes. No, that's a fact. Come on, we know.
All views and opinions expressed on this platform.
Girl, do any other motherfuckers on the panel know goddamn Jay-Z? Because if being gay is the goddamn Willy Wonka golden ticket, bitch, to be able to receive financial freedom and all that type of shit, girl, why my black ass still in the hood, girl? Am I not gay enough, bitch? Is that the problem?
Not reflecting the reckless logic. That's one.
No,
okay.
Hey, Bree, that don't mean shit.
Okay.
Who you married to? How many kids you got? That don't mean nothing.
But that's the thing. They can camouflage and laugh about it. That's what makes it so unfair.
They can camouflage and laugh about it. I think maybe if people
camouflage and laugh about
it.
I think if people weren't homophobic or transphobic, people can live in their truth and be open and honest. But yeah, that's the part that y'all don't want to talk about.
We got it. But Reckless, here's the thing. He has give you a name, and look,
I was gonna give him some more names.
Reckless, I do concur with Freezy on
give
that
me
example. On that example, I concur with that.
Okay, Lee Daniels. Very huge.
Okay, 2.
Okay, Ray J.
Okay, 3.
Ray J's gay. Okay,
he's bisexual.
Really?
Well, he slept with. If he's saying that he's quote unquote queer,
Danny Boy just outed him.
Kim Kardashian.
Damn.
Okay, 3. And I'm gonna tell you the reason why you're never gonna win this is because it doesn't matter how many times you name queer people.
Well, let's just stop.
There are more heterosexual people
what I'm saying.
And the example
you're not gonna win this battle.
Well,
no, hold on. I didn't hear what Reckless said. What you said, Reckless?
Like the point I'm proving is that it doesn't matter how many people you name in the music industry that's queer. We only got 3 so far. you're never going to win that battle is because there's more heterosexual people in this world and essentially in the industry.
What I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, in the industry, right? We talking about in the higher ups.
Okay.
That's making the most money. I could argue that they're more of the queer. They're more of the.
But the issue that we have is about the queer people at the ground level that have to deal with you, Freezy. We talking about the individuals that have to live on the ground floor, that have to deal with Black Men Unfiltered and the Mr. Information Man and all these other manosphere type of energies and perspectives. So we're talking about our issues with y'all. We are not in no way, shape, form connected to them. Again, there is no gay coupon code that gives you 80% off every month, girl. There is none of that. At least I'm not getting it. And Freezy, since you happen to know so much about queerness more than we do, is there a magazine or something that I need to subscribe to? I'm not doing my due deals as a queer man. Cause baby, trust me, if my motherfucking ass was if gay was me, I was successful the way that you think it is, baby, I would have weed for days, bitch. Never run out. Never run out, girl. I will be sick and tired of weed, bitch, and I can't wait till that moment hit my life, girl. Just so much weed around, girl. I don't even want to smoke this shit no more. I'm going to, but I don't want to, girl, because it's just so much. Again, y'all have to make this shit make sense. And it's all this goddamn dream walking and moon walking and all this tight rope walking, girl, that y'all not being honest about. And you talking about queer people need to be honest. Hello, we are queer trying to educate y'all about queerness. Y'all the ones that ignorant. Y'all the one that's asking questions, dumbass questions at this point. I know people say the only dumb question you have is the one you don't ask. But girl, when you keep asking the same fucking question over and over again, girl, it becomes an issue and a problem, girl, because you're not comprehending. There is a resistance within you that it's not really clicking when it comes to people talking about their own experiences. And then when you use queerness again, you try to use these far away abstract ass things that have no context to what we're dealing with right now. Because again, if queer influence was so powerful, if sexual influence is so powerful, then why am I not straight? There has to be a reason, according to y'all. Why am I? Oh, because one nigga said, oh, my mom must have been a whore or something. Or must have fucked around with a down low man, and all of a sudden that energy was transferred to my womb. Y'all can bring up all this shit that y'all can't motherfucking validate and verify, but yet continue to ignore or acknowledge what actually has manifested in our objective reality with queer people is that queerness, LGBT, is natural. It's unnatural to y'all because y'all don't understand and y'all don't want to understand, so therefore it will always remain unnatural to you, and it's going to gag y'all because the universe is going to show y'all how natural queer people are by us having more representation, because what you fear and what you resist will always motherfucking persist. The universe trying to get y'all to do your part as human beings. Because again, queer people are trying to have conversations with you. If queer people were really evil and diabolical, they wouldn't want to be talking to you. They wouldn't be in your spaces. They wouldn't want anything to do with you. If anything, they would send other people after you. The fuck? You literally have queer people that are coming into y'all lives trying to educate y'all about queerness. Okay, so if that's the case, then girl, we can't be mad when a white person want to talk about niggas, girl, and the niggas show up and they get mad at niggas showing up. You talking about niggas, girl, so I mean, we here to validate and substantiate what you saying. Girl, America is dealing with a massive ego death, girl. That's why I be telling y'all to love y'all goddamn selves, girl. Because if you don't, girl, you going to be forever in a day trying to find out who the hell you is outside of you, as opposed to actually discovering who you are on the inside and then living that shit. Because y'all not going to stop black people from self-actualizing. You're not going to stop black women from self-actualizing. You're not going to stop queer people from self-actualizing. You're not going to stop oppressed people from self-actualizing. And even self-actualizing collectively.
Homosexual persuasion. I could argue that, but you saying I could stop? Okay, I can stop. I can keep going. I can name. I've been in the music. Can I tell you something? Just so I can reveal my cheat code.
Come on,
I've been in the music industry for almost 25 years. Okay, And I'm not when I say these things, I'm telling you that I've worked fluently with many homosexuals, and it has not stopped my success. So all of this homophobe stuff in your chat, in conscious chat, where they try to say I'm homophobe, that's crazy as hell. And I think that what I'm saying is this. I think, if you're gonna be real about it, Reckless, come on, bro. A lot of LGBTQ community throw that terminology out.
No, we don't.
As weaponry.
Wow.
And here's the thing, just so I can be clear with Freezy. The white ones use it as weaponry. The black ones, here's the thing, because I was homophobic and didn't even fucking know it. But then, here's the thing. No, I didn't hate gay people or nothing like that.
You're not homophobic, but yet A$AP Rocky holding his goddamn child and loving on his child while his goddamn billionaire wife, you know, the one who can buy all of our motherfucking lives 10 times over, girl, and the internet girl, is providing, bitch, and he taking care of his guy, and he's taking the opportunity to actually be a father to his motherfucking son. He has the opportunity to build a rapport with his goddamn son, which a lot of black men don't have the opportunity to fucking do. Are you kidding me? But he's a puss-ass nigga, according to Freezy. Jonathan Major look like a bitch-ass nigga wearing some fruity-ass shit, even though he's straight. But the articles of clothing, girl, are questionable, so there might be some gayness there. And if there is some gayness there, what does that say about you? Again, how is that affecting you? Do you feel like you have to motherfucking bend over, girl, to be successful? And you just told us that you've been inside the entertainment industry for as long as you've been and worked closely with queer people and still made money. So was you over here doing the bending or getting bended over? No. So my thing is, if you can coexist, but see, you coexist with queer people that's making you money. And whenever money's involved, baby, it's easy for a lot of people to overlook shit when money's involved. But we're talking about queer people's lives. We're talking about, again, everything that you have brought up was in no way, shape, or form having a genuine concern for queer people. If anything, you were bringing up statistics and stuff to try to rub it in queer people's face and say, hey, look, trans women, y'all talking about Zaya Wade. It's statistics 15 years after they go through their gender reassignment that they're up 20% higher. Why is that? Why is that? You don't even take the time out to even look at the context to see why. You just use that as a piss-po-ass way to just tell queer people that their existence is wrong and that they're believing in it. And I am the one that is free. I am the one that is clear-headed. I am the one that is conscious. I am the one that's on the right side of nature. I am the one that's part of the goddamn platonic nuclear family, and that I have a better viewpoint of what life should be. Instead of y'all the ones stuck in y'all mental illnesses and y'all sins and y'all bullshit. That's what your viewpoint is. And it's so crazy because if that was the truth, it would factually show up, girl. And you don't want to acknowledge that because Mother Nature will give you as much context and nuance as you need. Not what you want, but what you need. Y'all niggas ain't ready to have that conversation because y'all have to involve yourselves in that conversation. Just like Mandrell said, I had to understand that I was also low-key homophobic, queer-phobic, and didn't even motherfucking know it. But now that I know better, I'm going to do what? Do better. But see, if I play stupid, if I play ignorant, if I play oblivious and I don't understand, there has to be no accountability. And that's fine. Mother Nature gonna hold Mother Nature, the feminine aspect, girl, she gonna hold y'all motherfuckers accountable, girl. And we just gonna have a front row seat and be praying for y'all at the same time. We don't wish no destruction on y'all, girl. We just want y'all to get y'all selves together so that y'all can actually benefit to a higher monolithic viewpoint of blackness. You know, kind of like how we were doing in the 60s and 70s. Where light skin, dark skin, didn't matter, girl. We was all united, but we had to work through some shit. The fuck?
It was never that. But some of the things I would say
to
them, my talking points, to them, they would say, that's homophobic. And I was like, explain to me how that's homophobic.
Thank you.
And
explain.
when I explain it, I'm like, okay, I see your point.
You comprehended. And let me tell you something. When you comprehend stuff, it ain't gonna just be no one-time hit it, quit it shit. No, this is a continual thing because we think that oh, again, I'm not queer phobic because I don't put my hands on queer people. I don't call queer people derogatory terms. I don't do all this other type of shit. But again, there are other ways to do it. There's always a motherfucking loophole, and y'all try to find loopholes, and we see it, especially as black people. Again, we know the intersections of racism and how that shit has loopholes and how it affects us, and we're aware of that, right? I don't know, girl, just because I'm queer, I'm still black. We talk about being black first. I have no problem with that. You try to revoke my black card because I'm queer. Because I'm queer. There is something wrong with me because I'm queer, and that's just my opinion. But I care about y'all as brothers. Okay, well, we got to deal with ignorant ass opinions then. Because what the fuck y'all not finna do is sit up here and speak y'all ignorances and y'all biases and then claim it as opinion. Okay, then, girl, we gonna roast the viewpoint and the opinion. How about that? We gonna get it all the way together, girl. You don't get to sit up here and spread misinformation because your motherfucking ass is wrong, girl. That's the time for you to go sit the fuck down and deal with your own shit. Weak ass. You talking about gay people weak? Okay, girl. Okay, girl. Again, this shit is about action. And like CTV told y'all to ask y'all, what are y'all niggas gonna do about it? What are y'all niggas gonna do about reclaiming your kingdom from whiteness? What are you gonna do when it comes down to black women and queer people having to hold the community up for the most part on their motherfucking shoulders? Where y'all niggas at to do y'all part? Oh yeah, y'all too busy on the land and island of lost boys trying to figure that the fuck out.
And the more I talk to people like my friends and my cousin who is gay, the more I talk to them about it, and they educate me on it, I'm like, I didn't know all that. You consider all that homophobic. They're like, yeah, because this, that, and the other, and this is how it makes you feel, and what you're essentially saying is thus and so. I'm like, okay, okay. And so the thing is, you know what I'm saying, Freeze, some of the language you use.
But you just can't label somebody homophobic because you feel on somebody.
I do it.
Every single time I'm about to move on to a new panelist, you say something gonna get me up in here. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna add another panelist up because I have to get these other panelists. The reason why we call y'all homophobic is because, and I explained this like 4 or 5 times in this live, is because your talking points are not logical. They're illogical. They don't make sense, and it creates an irrational fear.
Have I said anything?
What happened? What happens if we all wake up tomorrow and we're all homosexual? First and foremost, that's never gonna happen because we all didn't wake up heterosexual. We all didn't wake up homosexual. We all didn't wake up trans. We all didn't wake up cisgender. So that's the reason why diversity exists in nature, and also diversity exists within the manifestation of us being humans. That's never gonna happen.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this before you go to the panels, because I know you got a show to run. Is everything I said have been illogical? Everything I said today has been illogical.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. And yep, illogical in reference to the context and nuance too. All that was illogical. It was fear based. It's everything you said was fear based. And if y'all care so much about queer people for real, why y'all not having lives, having queer people come up on the panel and talk? Because once again, when Mandrell, the only individual who really is walking the allyship, besides Mr. Bennett and Dr. I forgot his name, Dr. something over there. I forgot his name, but he's open-minded too. When Mandrell allowed CTV to come on his platform with him and his beautiful ass sister, again, Mandrell shared that he and Black Men Unfiltered got a whole bunch of messages in their inbox talking about why are you going easy on this nigga? Why are you not going hard on this nigga? Do you not understand what this nigga represents? So y'all trading us? Y'all traders? Y'all trading? Oh, you switching sides? What's going on? Are you being recruited, Mandrell? Gay Dre? They started calling him all type of names, girl, when he was trying to bridge the gap. What are you talking about? Like, again, if niggas had more emotional awareness and alignment, things would be a lot better because they would be able to see what the fuck they do. At the end of the day, fuck it. Be accountable for yourself. I'm still accountable for myself. Despite the world that I live in and all the adversities that I have to face, I still have a responsibility to be accountable for me. And now that I'm learning to love myself and grow deeper in my self-love, it helps me to honor and appreciate not just me, but the rest of fucking humanity. To actually judge people by the content of their character that they have proven to me. Just like how Freezy has proven to us, once again, how ignorant he is. And how he does not want to be accountable. And how for him as a man, he cannot acknowledge when he is wrong and deal with that. Be stoic, remember? Be saying all these words, girl, and fail at every application of it publicly when it comes down to the opportunities of, okay, girl.
Yeah.
But
See what I mean?
You gotta be fair, Logic. You gotta be fair, Logic. You gotta be fair.
That's what I'm talking
No,
about.
it is
Let's be honest.
logical.
But y'all talking about
Look.
bridging the gap.
Yes,
Wait,
it is
let me-
on the
can I go? Can I go? 'Cause I
You gotta be
really-
fair, Logic.
The reason why it's hard, look. Okay, so again, I'm all about playing games. I'm all about playing games too, if that's the case. If we're gonna play the game, then we can't be mad when white people say we throw racism around. If black men and the black community can accept that collectively, okay, I agree with you there. But see, when we start playing that game, all of a sudden it's a loophole. No, it's equality. But my thing is, we have to look at what's actually true and what's not, because shit ain't working. And if shit ain't working objectively, we have to look at that. So if you're trying to get queer people to find something evil and demonic about their life when they are telling you there is no evil or demonic shit in their life and they lived it, and you still feel like there's something, that's on your ass. Now, when it comes down to what comes out of your motherfucking mouth, you have to be cognitive of what you say. And again, the emotional awareness is not there. So yes, what you say is homophobic, but then you can rapidly snap into emotional awareness if a white man said some shit to you that was kind of questionable. Again, the cycle of bullshit. But see, that's why I say self-love. You get to correct yourself, because when you correct yourself, when you 8 Mile yourself, when you Eminem yourself, when you be Rabbit yourself and tell on yourself and get all your shit out and you own your truth, girl, can't nobody stop you from that. And you can call others on their bullshit because you see they ain't living their truth. Ikaraboshane Ishkatai.
You ain't
I
being
waited.
fair.
No, I waited.
Equating. You're still on the platform equating Jonathan's aesthetic
aesthetic the heart
with
I ain't
femininity with being weak.
saying.
That's misogynistic. It's
Wait.
rooted in misogyny.
I never
Misogyny
said,
why?
no, but hold on. I never said if a dude looks feminine or dresses
But
feminine,
that's
he's
what-
weak. Hold on, but I never said that in this show, period.
That's why I'm so glad that I review these shows, girl. Didn't we just pause back in the past when he was explaining the pictures of A$AP Rocky and the pictures of Jonathan Majors, and he told us, come on y'all, come on queer people, even Jonathan Majors, you know that's some fruity ass shit. I mean, come on, bruh, stop playing, bruh. I mean, a nigga wearing them up, come on, bruh, that's some gay ass shit, bro. Come on, bruh. Girl. I'm really not trying to give an ad hominem, girl. No shade, because that's his favorite word, ad hominem. I'm really not trying to give an ad hominem, girl. But it makes it very difficult to we practice patience and peace.
I never said
and
that.
peace and long
But
suffering.
no, yes, you did. You indirectly said.
When?
You indirectly
Run the
said.
tape back.
A man shouldn't
Oh,
be
we did,
feminine.
baby, and you did say that.
And
I
that's
never
what
said-
prompted me
sure
to
did.
say that's
Listen.
toxic.
Listen,
That's
I never said if a man wear a dress, if a man wear
I
makeup.
said feminine. I ain't say nothing about no dresses.
Well,
You
I
are-
never said if a man is feminine, he. Okay, somebody wrote in your chat, Jonathan Majors. If Jonathan Majors and Freezer was in the ring together, he probably would whip my ass or something. He probably will. I don't see some gay guys whoop a lot of ass before.
Okay, so before we do all of this, because I'm gonna
say this to you.
I want to get Derek in here.
Hold on, before you go
wait,
to
wait,
Derek,
wait.
before you go to Derek, I want to say this.
Okay.
The same way you guys say, not you guys, but the same way that your community says, we'll paint a picture that I'm homophobic, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've been wanting to say that. So on Conscious Show and in the chat on Black Man Show,
Mm-hmm.
They were saying derogatory things about me, saying that I look like a soft bottom and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Would you consider that? Would you consider that heterophobic?
There's no such thing as heterophobic. Because last time I checked,
Again. That's why I said do unto others as you want them to do unto you. Like, there is no way for y'all to be exempt from shit. Queer people understand that because we live in a queer-phobic society, so there is no gag on us. We're the ones trying to educate y'all. We're the ones that's dealing with the bullshit. We're the ones. And as black people, you should know that too, but we're black and we're queer, so if we're going to play this game, girl, we're going to play it all the way. The fuck are you talking about? See, be accountable for what you can be accountable for. And again, you're talking... People can go onto Black Men Unfiltered and look in the manosphere and see how there is this fear of queerness because you don't want it around. The reason why it's fear is because there's no way that you really want it to be in its true, genuine, organic form. You want to be able to have some sort of control over it, keep it some way of a distance away from you, and use it to your benefit and that only. That sounds like slavery, girl. Like, what the fuck? Again, this is that goddamn blackface energy that I'm talking about. Okay, girl. All right, girl. All right, girl. This is America.
there's no such thing as heterophobic.
It's just so
I'm gonna tell you why.
unfair.
I'm gonna
This
tell
is
you
what
why.
I'm talking about.
No, because
Nigga, be stoic. Be stoic. This be stoic. Oh, it's unfair because you getting your karma? Oh. That's why I treat people with respect regardless of who they are until they give me a reason not to. I actually judge people by the content of their character and not based off of some ideology or perception that my ass didn't even take the time to educate myself on. I don't do that. I study for myself and see for myself. Ooh, Lord, baby. If anything, the universe is trying to get black men to find their own power. And baby, the pathway of death and destruction ain't it, because if so, you're following in the footsteps of the oppressor. And you're the one and we're the ones that's supposed to be kings and on the side of nature and the side of love. Why are we failing at that? And we're only gonna do this for a little while longer, baby, because once 7:45, 8 o'clock come, I gotta go, because I got a bonfire to go to. No shade, and I'm finna smoke it up.
like no, because and this is what I mean. Okay, so freezing me
Homophobic is
have a
bad
conversation.
behavior.
No. Because me and you gonna have to have a conversation. The reason why heterophobic, like this is
the response that I'm doing to a panel live that happened during February of this year, and I'm kind of just doing like my own retrospective thing on it because I'm starting this whole thing now where I'm gonna start going back in the past, looking at old arguments, old lives that are homophobic, queer-phobic, and kind of just bring it to today and just show how like people don't want to learn. They don't want to learn. They're comfortable with their fears. They're comfortable with the lie. The lie has become very synonymous with their own personal truth, and it's just crazy. Just how people, it's just crazy. And then have the nerve to say, I'm loving, I'm compassionate, I care about people. But yet, when the opportunity comes for y'all to do it, there's failed in application. So, yeah, just a bunch of trash-ass, homophobic, queer-phobic
the
shit.
projection that I was talking about earlier in my commentary.
There are
last time
people,
I checked,
there are
last
people
time
with
I
an irrational fear of heterosexuals.
My thing. Last time I checked, all the projection that heterosexuals like to do to queer people is literally a representation of what you guys have done. Last time I checked, queer people are not the ones making laws against heterosexual people. Last time I
So if if heterophobia exists, then guess what? I guess reverse racism exists. That's not a cop-out. That's a fair being fair, right? If we're gonna play this game. No group of person is exempt. No group of people is exempt from being human. We're all fucking human, and we're hurting each other. That's why we have to have emotional awareness, higher awareness type of conversations where we can all be open and honest and equal. There is this fear of equality. Why? When we're all human, we're all gonna die. That's equal. We're all going to have hardships. That's equal. There's nothing in this world, no matter how much money you have, what label or title you have, does not mean that you are exempt from life's trials and tribulations. Bitch, we are all human. Period. 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 So if heterophobia exists, then we have to acknowledge that reverse racism exists. So if that's the case, then there are black people out there who are throwing the race card to avoid accountability for the shit they're doing, right? Oh, but when I say that, oh, how dare you compare LGBT and black? I'm black and LGBT, and I'm not the only one telling y'all this. What fucking shit do I profit from this? I'm not getting fucking hundreds of $1,000s deposited into my bank account for creating a lot. What are you talking about? I don't get paid for this. This is the unfortunate objective truth. That's why we're having conversations and correcting y'all on y'all bullshit so that we can make a change and not go down the same cycle that we've been doing for the past few decades. What the fuck? At this motherfucking point, girl, remove the veil. Remove the veil, girl. Let Castlevania happen, girl. Maybe it's going to take some sort of Walking Dead, The Last of Us situation for us to realize that we human. And even in those type of expressions on Earth, we still find out that, unfortunately, human beings still at war with each other, even when the universe has come together to show us how equally we are. Just a bunch of bitch-ass, fucked-out-ass shit, girl. What the fuck?
But I directed my comment towards me.
Here's the thing. Logic. Also, Logic. Here's something I know for a fact. You do have queer people making laws against queer people. Ask Ms. Graham over there in South Carolina.
But why is that?
But why is that? Shut up. I'm not falling for that.
No. Fall for it. Why? But why is that? Why do you think this queer the same thing with Ron Vugada? Why do you think Ron Vugada doesn't want queerness to be expressed the way that he believes it should be? Why do you feel like he is why do you feel that way? There's always been queer people who are self-loathing, who want to sacrifice their queerness, not because they love God and they want to benefit humanity, but because they want to be able to benefit and to find favor in the eyes of those that they're trying to get their attention from. That's basically what the fuck this shit is so fucking cringy. It's so cringy. And at this point, it's kind of like, if y'all niggas want smoke, let's give y'all the smoke. Y'all don't want, it's obvious you don't want to have the conversation. It's obvious you don't want to understand. It's obvious you don't want to learn. At this motherfucking point, girl, if you want it to be a goddamn shit show for entertainment, girl, let's give the people what they want, but I'm going to give them what they want and what they need, girl. What's up? Invite me to the platforms, girl. It seems like y'all niggas won't smoke. And at this point, my short leprechaun ass has no problem with that. Short people are very fast. I can run very fast to where the bottom of my motherfucking feet be on fire. Do we have to have that type of smoke? Do we need the Chucky energy? Do we need the leprechaun in the hood energy? Do we need the Megan dun 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 energy? Ooh, Rico, not you going on information, man, girl. That's why I say I'm loving myself, baby, because my hairline is not finna disappear. I ain't about to have my hairline in the middle of my damn head like I'm Walker Ying from goddamn Iron Monk and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, bitch. Hell no, 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 no.
Listen.
No. You already put it out there.
No, Logic.
We're gonna get into it because now,
Logic, you're not gonna get Logic. Listen, you're not gonna catch.
No, because you already got me riled up.
You're not gonna catch
queer
me.
People having so much self-hate against other queer people? It wasn't the narratives that other queer people put out. These were the narratives that straight people put out.
Yes.
Like the same narrative. Yes. No. Watch this. Like the same narrative and the same time on the panel. When Conscious literally said, "I have not been sexually assaulted," and Driscoll looked him right in the face and he said, "I think that's cap."
Wow.
Okay. Well, wow. Here's the thing.
Ain't no. Here's the thing. Wow. Okay, Mandrill. Go ahead. And I appreciate Mandrill trying to see both sides because once again, he's still learning too. Again, people think that, to erase queer-phobia, just like one Betty Boop impossible ass moment, girl. Impossible. And now we're done, girl. No, this is a constant work. This is a constant work. It ain't no one time slam bam thank you ma'am. This is a consistent thing that has to happen. So again, here it is. Reckler just brought up a good point about how CTV said that he was never sexually abused as a child, just like myself. I grew up in a 2-parent household, had my parents show their love in front of me, seen them hold hand, kiss, slow dance. There was one time I almost walked in on them and almost threw up, girl. Wanted to pluck my own eyes out. What's up, Queen Lala? All that. Grew up in the 90s. There wasn't no queer shit on TV, and if it was something to be made fun of. And then, before I found out what queer was, my straight heterosexual peers showed me what queer was. And guess what? It was a brutal thing. It wasn't accepting and loving. And for CTV to say that he was never sexually abused, and one of the people on the platform said that's cap, as if though all queer people, there has to be some sort of sexual trauma or abuse to be able to create these people to be who they are, and can't factually fucking prove it. So let's hear Mandrell's answer.
You do, like Ms. Lindsey Graham over there in South Carolina. And I say that because he's in the closet and he likes to pretend like he's not. I'm like, bruh, just come out the closet. We all know it.
Who created that?
You know what I'm saying? Listen,
You're not answering it.
You're not gonna catch me with the banana in the tailpipe.
No, you had. That's the honesty part. That's the honesty part. Why is that the case? Just like when a lot of these men bring up the DL community and y'all fucking around and having sex with women, men, and then come around having sex with women. But why do you think the DL culture exists? Why do you think there's niggas who are uncomfortable with being themselves? It's one thing to be discreet sexually, because there are some people who just don't speak on their sexual escapades. But when you have people who are attracted, whether they're bisexual, and if they're bisexual, they're dealing with the whole stigma of what it's like to be gay and be associated as that. Because once again, if it's a man who is gay, even if the nigga is a gay man who is quote unquote masculine and top, he is still gay because he still has sex with men. And y'all not even interested in the whole top and bottom shit. It's the fact of, why would you as a man stick your dick in another man or have another man stick his dick in you when you have all this vagina all around you? Like, why would you give up your position and status as quote unquote a man? Because in the world we live in, patriarchy, this is a man's world.
No pun intended.
Who created it?
I ain't running into that brick wall logic. You caught me like that before, man. I ain't doing that.
Going to that brick wall, don't go down the street.
I'm just saying, but you do have queer people making laws against queer people.
Of course, but why do you think they do that?
I said, all I'm saying is that you do have queer people making laws against queer people.
And all we're asking you is, okay, we can acknowledge that. Again, Ryan Vugada said that if his ass ever becomes, reach a certain level in politics to where he has power and law and shit, he gonna change some shit up. So my thing is, answer Reckless's question of, why do you think that is? Why do you think they did that? Why do you believe that a queer person would make laws to stop other queer people? Why do you believe that to be the case?
Now we all know why. They have to keep.
But why? No, actually, we don't.
Let's talk about it.
Just to prove your point. They do have to keep up the facade that they are heterosexual.
Hello, thank you.
They do. And it's because
why?
Because of misogyny in the government cabinet. Because of not misogyny, but homophobia.
Because of homophobia and the insidious messaging that they put out into the airwaves, into the hearts of queer people. That's the reason why. And that's also the reason why we have melanated people doing fuck shit to other melanated people, not because melanated people. I'm over here glitching. Not because melanated people are evil within themselves. No, because we have a white racist ass system that feeds anti-blackness into the hearts of black people.
Right.
That's the reason why. So I'm not here to talk about no branches, no leaves. I'm here to talk about the root.
Yeah.
And so you cannot get on different platforms.
Well, the root is homophobia.
Huh?
The root is homophobia.
Oh wow.
Perpetuated and created by who?
Oh, heterosexuals.
Girl.
In the name of Jesus, you be made whole by the power of God.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Why are we so afraid to go down that road? Why are we so afraid to deal with that? Like, that's it. That right there was it. Because it's perpetuated by heterosexual people. Homophobic, gay. If it were me, I would end the live right there. There you go. Thank you. Thank you. That's all I wanted to hear. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Again, I encourage y'all to read the book, or if you want to, listen to the read-through, my ratchet-ass read-through of The Cross in the Closet by Timothy Keurick, and listen to all the chapters in which he had to face his inner Pharisees and the inner ignorance within him that wants to so, just so radically hold on to this viewpoint of queer people, and even the fact of him being queer-phobic, and realizing that, baby, it's not so more learning how to love queer people, but it's about learning how to face yourself and critique yourself and challenge yourself so that you can love. And the only way we get to that point is when we have honest conversations like this. Again, the root. Reckless got to the root of it. And I hope that I can live to see the day, hopefully sooner than later, where homophobia, for the most part, can be eradicated and people can be alleviated of their fears and people can be more human. I would love and hope and pray that I can live in some sort of semi-utopia or the construction of a utopia, a human utopia like that. I would love that. But in order for us to get to that point, we have to deal with shit like this. The ignorances and biases when it comes down to expressing that on other people, especially people who look like you, who already are oppressed. And bitch, I ain't about to be oppressed twice. It's one thing to be oppressed by an oppressive system, girl, but I'd be goddamn if I had motherfuckers look like me oppressing me, bitch, because we can swing on that part. And we need to upgrade our swinging instead of swinging on us, to swinging on other motherfuckers outside of us too, who try us. Unity, U-N-I-T-Y.
Yeah,
exactly.
You
So
see
don't
how
get
we
That's but that's obvious. That's an irrefutable fact.
But yes,
We
but
ain't
don't
never
get-
argue that.
I'm gonna tell you where it comes in at. It comes in at because don't get on the platform spitting out, which is why I even went live before we even had the panel, and I literally said these are gonna be the talking points. And Arshawn was in this live. He said it even happened. He was like, "Damn, you called it up right away." Because these are the same talking points that we get all the time that's rooted in homophobia and transphobia. These are the talking points that we get. The gay agenda,
Listen.
the children,
Okay,
the
can I
influence.
talk?
But all I'm saying,
I waited patiently.
But
I waited
after
patiently
that,
for. I waited.
I want to get Derek in here. Let me get Derek in here because I know I'm just gonna mute. I'm gonna get Derek. Then I'm gonna get C Woody. Then after that, it's an open panel. Everybody just go in and
So I'm
out.
gonna see if I can bring the part where CTV comes into the equation.
That's what I'm trying to get you.
That attacks.
Let's see.
and to be
patriarchy, duh.
That we keep speaking of. That's the reason.
And again, if you want to watch this live in its entirety, it's over 9 hours long. The link for it is in the description box below. But we're gonna have to hurry this up because baby, I gotta get ready to go. Because again, I'm doing this bonfire, about to smoke my goddamn life away. Everything fades away, fades away.
Why every time we're talking about the dismissal and disrespect of queer people, we're telling you guys this is happening. Y'all can, it's not happening.
Man,
and
but I don't.
Man, okay.
I've been disrespected several times on this channel.
Women are saying they've been disrespected.
Mandrill and Frenzy. One thing I noticed from your panel. Can I get in here? Can I get in
I've
here?
been disrespected several times on this channel, and I ain't been complaining nearly as much as y'all.
I think that this is very comical and very hilarious that Frizzy is first of all talking about feelings, because queer people don't get to have any of those. So when did any discussion or any, like, when all of a sudden now are we concerned about feelings? Because
I'm not talking about feelings.
I'm not even finished talking about what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So you did say feelings.
I said feelings.
And yeah, and I think it's funny because when I brought up the way that I was disrespected and kept being interjected over and interrupted, you were Captain Pappy in terms of letting me know that this is a all sausage fest and I ain't no fucking woman and everybody
you're not
holds they fucking own and whatever. So you was with all the rah before you had to be on the shorter end of the damn rah.
Come on.
So just eat it like I had to eat it.
Yep.
And just hold your own. Now that you here, I wanted to go back to an earlier statement made.
Hold on, wait. You saying just eat it, but I never disrespected you. That's the difference.
You didn't disrespect me, but he was disrespected on that platform, and you didn't check none of those niggas for disrespecting him until CTV stood up for himself and was able to hold his own and bitch and put his motherfucking weave in a motherfucking ponytail, bitch, and take off them goddamn rings and shit and started duking with you niggas and was getting y'all niggas a little bit too hard than what y'all are so accustomed to and what you think could happen, girl. And then all of a sudden now you want to come in and say, let's him speak. No, what he is saying is that if I was told that I am not a female, I am not gonna be saved. We are niggas here. This is the barbershop where men can be motherfucking men, and he had to motherfucking eat that shit and get in the ring with you niggas and give y'all niggas to smoke. All he's saying is do the same thing, remember? Don't be talking about, but now I was insulted, now I'm insulted. That's what happens. Again, do unto others as you want them to do unto you. The universe will make sure that that's the case. So how you gonna treat your fellow human being? Because that's the same energy your ass gonna get back. This one at the universal laws, the law of cause and effect, the law of karma, and karma is hitting y'all niggas, and y'all niggas don't know how to deal with it. Damn.
You don't get to decide that you didn't disrespect me. I get to decide that you did or didn't.
Well, call it out. That's what I'm saying. That's what I like.
Okay, well, if I can actually speak without being fucking interrupted, I can get to calling.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
So there were statements made by C. Woody earlier that I wanted to address. For one, C. Woody said that patriarchy isn't always bad. Patriarchy is always bad. Any system that's without balance is horrendous and horrific.
Yeah.
Men cannot ever be in charge, not even over other men, and damn sure not over other women, because they don't have the lived experience in order to know what the fuck that group would even need.
Okay.
So any type of sophisticated system has to be one that recognizes the uniqueness of everybody's existence. And the reason why this country is fucked up like every other country is, we just look better aesthetically.
Yep, come on.
Our cities are beautiful. We're not war-torn like the Middle East, etc. But we're just as fucked up. It's because we have one group and a very small portion of a group trying to dictate what should be for every fucking body else. And then that previous panel was completely based around making the image of a black man one type of fucking man.
Right.
And then we wonder why these conversations are knotty and lumpy as fuck, because this is what patriarchy does. It decides that, see, Woody, instead of you being on this panel, you actually need to have your ass in the kitchen and have your ass with a mop and a broom in your fucking hand. Matter of fact, you don't even get to address men. Exactly. You should have a man that can address men. Exactly. If you let patriarchy tell it.
Yep.
This is the type of buffoonery and social dynamics that men, and not even all men, because some of these men on this panel claim to not even want the world that was created by men. So every system that does not involve all hands on deck is always going to be cold. It's always going to be abandoning. It's always going to be exploitative. It's always going to be bullshit.
Right.
I don't want to live, and I'm not going to live in a fucking world ruled by fucking men or fucking women. But I tell you fucking this based upon the little fucking micro worlds I've seen women create by leading their fucking households and paying their fucking bills and doubling up on the job and taking care of their motherfucking children and making the sacrifices necessary to ensure the safety and the happiness of their goddamn kids, that I'd much rather give women the fucking opportunity to run the bigger world, because they've already shown that on a micro level that they can successfully fucking do it if I had to choose. But I would prefer neither or run it. I would prefer a system that encompasses all these collective fucking minds.
Right.
So that everybody can get what they need and exist in a way that's dignified and sensible for them.
Yeah.
Also, this whole fucking idea of manhood and men don't know what the fuck what masculinity is and what manhood is. I'm literally so fucking sick of this shit. The only fucking thing that women and females and males, men and women need to learn how to do is fucking love.
Yeah.
Fuck all these fucking definitions and all this fucking math trying to decide what a nigga should do and what a non-nigga should do and what a female should do and a non-motherfucking female should do. All you need to do is fucking love. I don't understand why that goes over your fucking head. Men don't need to fucking do anything but use their head and their fucking hearts. The same thing that fucking women do.
Right.
That's why women can do it all and men can only do some of it. Because women come full circle in their humanity by using this here too.
Yes.
Something you niggas don't do.
Right.
Y'all don't use this. Y'all try to be all this here.
Yeah,
all this
all
here.
mental. All
Here,
mental
here
only.
only. Here only.
Yep.
There is no fucking definition. There is no left or fucking right. There is no masculine and fucking feminine. All there is brokenness and wholeness. Brokenness and wholeness. Brokenness and wholeness.
Right.
So I think the love conversation and the love topic needs a whole lot more of a goddamn discussion and a goddamn dismantling and a goddamn unpacking and a goddamn priority. And then this whole idea that everything isn't homophobic. That's something that people keep throwing up. Everything fine. So then all I ask of people then, since motherfuckers not sexist and people not homophobic and people not this and people not that, is I simply ask of you, since you don't want to be none of those things and want to make sure you don't personify or display any of those things, is give unto other people exactly what the fuck you want.
Hello, do unto I just said it, do unto others. It's that simple. It could all be so simple. It really is that simple. It really is that simple, but we've been hurt so much, so a lot of us are afraid, like CTV said, we're either broken or we're healed. Now, it's one thing if your ass broken and you're transitioning into becoming healed and whole. That's different. But we live in a world where a lot of people are broken and fractured and don't know how to heal, and they project that onto other people as opposed to going to get therapy, as opposed to finding someone to talk to be able to have an objective and loving conversation. There are just people who literally just want someone else to listen to them. And trust me, I get that in my own life, and I ain't gonna hold you. It'd be a little overwhelming sometimes. Maybe like, girl, that's why I'm learning to love myself. Like, look, I need time for myself too. I can't just take on everybody's stuff. But if people learn to love themselves, they'll be able to pick up their end of the stick, deal with their brunt, their own unique brunt of what life is. And then once they love themselves, they can go forward and do it with other people. And that's why, again, at CTV's point, if we just learn how to love, and there are ways, trust me, there are people out there putting in the work to help you with the step-to-step process of what love is. But the main ingredient with love that's required is that you have to be able to subscribe to it. You have to be willing to accept it into your life and to exemplify that outside of you into the collective world and other people's lives as well. So if you were willing to have that conversation, it would be a lot easier. And I know that we all can do it, because if it's one thing that we all want in our life is love in some way, form, or fashion. How about we focus on, again, the uniformity of that, the good things, and then build from those good things and then create other good habits with other people. But let's listen to the responses after we CTV addresses the root of the issue.
In return,
I agree
and
with
that'll
that.
take care of all homophobia. That'll take care of all goddamn sexism. That'll take care of all xenophobia. That'll take care of all misogyny. That'll take care of all goddamn racists. For everybody who claim they ain't homophobic and ain't queer-phobic and ain't misogynistic, literally
Practice
give
it.
and do exactly unto
Apply
other
it.
people.
Apply it. Practice
Exactly what you would have them give and do to you.
it. Right.
Nothing more, nothing fucking less. And then let's really call it even. I'm done.
What
look,
you
I
just
totally
said,
agree
what
with
you
you.
just
Like,
said is what I was preaching before
Freezy,
you
can I-
started talking. No,
So,
what? No,
I
no.
totally-
What Conscious just said is exactly what I said. If I don't disrespect you, don't disrespect me.
Yeah,
That's
and you know
all I
what?
was
This
saying.
kind of goes to the point what Reckless was saying. Like, people say things in different ways, and we all mean similar things. Because I totally agree with most of the things Conscious was saying. I always say, like, it's crazy as human beings. Everybody wants empathy, sympathy, compassion, understanding, no judgment, right? But it's rare that people are willing to give that to other people. And he's hit the shit on the head. We said, if you just treated people the way you wanted to be treated, man, woman, child, gay, straight, whatever, just lead with humanity and understand that humans are humans and humans are going to be flawed. They're going to be wrong sometimes. Y'all not going to agree all the time. Like, but just know, like, man, that's another human being. Like, I walk and talk that shit all day, every day in my life. Like, I lead with my morals and my ethics. I don't even fucking talk behind people's back because I don't do shit to people that I don't like done to me, period. I've been hurt so much in life. I got to a point where I was like, I've been hurt by somebody doing me this. So I put my best foot forward every single day when I interact with other people, not to do the same thing to them. But I do want to address something that Conscious was saying about the patriarchy. The things that you mentioned are the extremely toxic negative side of patriarchy. And unfortunately, that shit is becoming the majority of what the patriarchy is, because let's not be fooled. Women help establish the patriarchy too. It wasn't like, now some women were browbeat into it, but a lot of women uphold the shit. And I totally agree that it wouldn't be what it was if we had representation, but the right representation, because there are men in the patriarchy that pull that representation in, right? But then they pull in, like we were talking about the pastors and stuff, they pull in women that uphold the toxic side of the patriarchy, so it ends up getting us no fucking where. You know what I'm saying? I think any system could be a good thing.
What man can create a world that you are safe in? And if you believe that there is some man who can do that, why not actually put women in that place to do that? Why actually have men creating reality for women?
And understand, that's why I say I agree with you when I say representation matters, because of a man, and even, a black man can only give us a certain amount of perspective. A white man can only give us a certain amount of perspective. Black women, white women, Asians, queer, straight. I think representation matters across the board. Just like with our political system, we have a predominantly two-party system. It shouldn't even be a two-party system. It should be a fucking board. Like, everybody should be represented on this board. Like, it should be a presidential board. That way, representation is happening across, all spectrums. Like, I work for the government, and it is sad to see that in the government, these decisions are being made about certain communities, and there's no representation of that community. Like, it was a lot of people that made decisions that they weren't even bad people. I was about to say they weren't racist. I don't know if they were racist or not, but they weren't bad people. But the decisions that they were making were based off of what they thought about another community, and it was no representation of that community. And mind you, when they did have representation,
that goes to our point. But that goes to our point. When there's representation of a man that looks like it could represent someone like Conscious, or at times represent me, there's a congressional hearing. That's the point that we're proving. That's our point. There's a congressional hearing, and even on the panel, they indirectly said if they were to gatekeep, there will be no representation.
They didn't even
someone
indirectly said it.
They directly
Mr.
said
Bennett literally said that if his peers could control that there would be no representation.
And that's our point.
And they
said that?
Men.
And they indirectly
Who said that?
It was said on the platform. I mean, hell, even CTV brought up the fact of like what's wrong with seeing all of the black men that was on Black Men Unfiltered's panel as black men. Like these are the wide spectrums, the nuanced versions of what black men look like. But it becomes an issue when you pick on a particular black man and you beat them down in order to make yourself feel better. It'd be one thing if you were correcting people and you had facts and all this stuff to back up what's going on, but then you don't, and you just beat it because it's unfamiliar, it's uncomfortable to you, you don't know, so you have a right to motherfucking destroy it. And the fact that you see something that you're unfamiliar with getting representation on the screen, you feel like that represents you. It's not just you. And just like how there are other gay men who aesthetically don't represent me, that there are different versions and expressions of black men, different shades of black men, different sizes and heights of black men. But that was an issue and a problem. Like, and people literally said, we're tolerating y'all. We don't even want y'all part of it because y'all don't even contribute to the birth rate. There's always a excuse or some sort of like, this is a desperate way for black men to try to gripe and reach for shit so that they can have some sort of victory. And again, queer people are not trying to have victory. They're trying to have reconciliation. Y'all the ones that want to have victory. What's up, Shed? What's going on? I'm only going to be here for a little while longer, y'all, because again, I got to get ready.
They said that, and Mr. Bennett said that directly, which is why I big upped him when I went to speak and told him, thank you for just stating the emphatic, straight to the point, God honest, brutal, painful, fucking truth.
Of course, that's the truth. I mean, think about it. Everything in life is a power struggle. No.
Of course, that's the truth. Okay, then. So my thing is, let's find a way to work and find power collectively together, not downplaying someone else. I just love how it's, oh, yes, y'all right. That's true. That's true. That's true. Again, if it was in an argumentation or debate class or forum, okay, or setting, you would have automatically lost. You'd have lost. Again, we bypass the, oh, you're right, but you're right, but yeah, you're right, but let's deal with the right there. Let's speak to that. But again, I guess they're offering context nuance because that's true what she is saying as far as, you know, there is a power struggle. That's the problem. There's always a power struggle because the people don't have the power, even though if we come together collectively, we will have more power. But the conversations we're having around queerness and blackness when it comes to heterosexual people is not inclusive. It is at best tolerated. And it's only tolerated if queer people have something to offer the bigger community. If we black, we need to be offering shit to each other. This ain't no one-way motherfucking street. It's a two-way goddamn street. The fuck?
Nobody's just gonna hand you over their power. They're not gonna be like, you know what?
And that's why I told them niggas, and that's why I told them niggas on that panel to fucking take it.
Right. And look, I say this shit to black people.
If the white man got your women, go fucking take them from them. If the white man got your fucking country, go fucking take it from them.
I'm with you. Because
but see, this, okay, listen.
Especially when it comes to the oppressed, women, queer people, the black community, communally, like, these people, the oppressors, are not just gonna be like, you know what, we didn't have power for way too long. We just gonna give y'all. No, we gonna take that shit by force with blood. Like nobody's gonna give you anything.
But this, and that's the reason why I'm taking issue with you, C. Woody, because even when we go to swing on these niggas, you over here talking about some heterophobic. Ain't no heterophobic. Because I over here taking our motherfucking power back.
Yeah, because that's a thing.
No, it's not.
It's not a thing. It's not a thing because they're minorities.
So it's reverse racism.
If it is, there are decades worth of motherfucking history to motherfucking validate why why queer people should be locking their fucking doors when they see y'all coming down the damn sidewalk, and why they should be rolling up their goddamn windows, and why they should be just as paranoid as these caucasoid peers of y'all act like they are of us. We have,
Well,
if any of us were fucking hetero fucking phobic, that panel alone is the fucking receipt for why all queer people need to be on code and be fucking heterophobic. Then we need to be.
Look,
I haven't said anything that would cause anybody to be. I haven't said anything.
Please, let me get this point off. As I was saying it, I was getting interrupted. I was saying that I totally understand it. Just like if I saw a group of white men in hoods walking down my neighborhood right now, I'm going to grab my pistol, my 22, and my shotgun. Like, I understand where that shit comes from. I'm not saying, oh, you guys are just being biased. That's stupid as fuck. Of course, there's a reason behind it. Like, there's a reason behind when we have these conversations on these panels, that we talk about the system the way we do, that we talk about patriarchy the way we do, that we talk about the white man the way we do, because of the fucking history. Like, the oppression continues. Like I said, it's becoming passive aggressive now.
I don't want to hear that bullshit. Is because now what's gonna happen? All of a sudden, people, oh my God, you're so heterophobic, as a way to deflect from the real fucking issue. Y'all want to people need to own it and spit out homophobic, transphobic, queerphobic ass rhetoric, and then when your ass get held, and y'all know I hate this word with a passion, accountable. All of a sudden, you're heterophobic. Oh no, bitch.
Every time y'all say heterophobic, it reminds me of the same ass shit with the with reverse racism.
All lives matter shit. Right. Blue lives matter.
Let's start with the bullshit. Wait, hold on. Wait. Let's start with the bullshit. How am I? Wait. How is it fair for me to be called a bottom? For no fucking for no. Hold on. Wait.
Hey, man.
Wait.
Hold on.
Wait, bro. Kevin, hold on, cuz.
For argument's sake, I'm saying I agree.
Bro, just chill. Just let me get it out. Just chill.
Yeah, let him get it out. Let him get it out.
Let Kevin get it out, because when he was interrupting you, Woody, you told him that he been here the whole time. So let Kevin have some time on this panel. Kevin, sound out.
What I'm saying is, this dude saying it's reverse psychology. It ain't no damn reverse psychology when they actually said I was a fucking bottom.
Why she can't think that, when it's okay for you to think that men like me don't deserve to be the face of black men?
Because
okay, so now we're gonna have selective motherfucking feelings and it's a criticism. If she thinks she thinks you a bottom, that's her fair opinion. Just
she
like
don't think I'm no damn bottom. It was an ad hominem. That's what it was. It was an ad hominem.
If people have a homophobic opinion,
y'all want niggas to keep it real.
It's always a right to the opinion until it's y'all niggas who somebody got an opinion.
Man, that ain't that girl opinion about me. That girl was insulting me. Insulting me. It's a difference.
You know what disrespect feel like. Now when people have an opinion about two dudes, now it's my feelings.
This the thing, no TT. Hold on.
I don't understand why.
But this is the thing, though. This is the
y'all have a
thing.
right to, and then get the same reciprocal fucking energy and talk about the way your feelings feel to you.
You missing the point, bro. The disrespect wasn't
warranted, bruh.
Listen. The disrespect wasn't warranted.
It's always warranted.
So let me paint a picture for you.
You're taking up for some bullshit.
I'm going to take up for
try and paint a picture for you.
You're taking up for bullshit. That's what you're doing.
So let's see. So that's why. Listen,
you didn't stand up for me on that fucking panel. JT didn't stand up for me on that fucking panel.
Can you leave
didn't stand up for me on that fucking panel. You niggas told me to man the fuck up when I told you niggas that y'all was disrespecting me. So I'm telling you to hold your own and to man the fuck up, and that's her motherfucking opinion. And if her motherfucking opinion informed her to think of you as a goddamn power bottom, then that's her goddamn opinion.
This is the thing. This is the difference between me and you. Wait. Hold on, Kevin. Hold on, bro.
Wait. Okay. We got one
difference between me and you, though, conscious.
Wait.
This the difference between me and you. This the difference between me and you. If you would have said, bro,
that I want to hear Kevin speak and you don't.
No, because you don't want the truth. You don't want to hear the truth.
I want to hear Kevin speak.
I know you do right now because you know.
Just wait your turn. Let Kevin talk.
5 seconds. Everybody's about to be dropped. Okay, I'm trying to keep everybody up here because in 2.5
It's
seconds,
just some bullshit, though.
I'm thinking about dropping everybody just so Kevin can speak, and I want you to continue, Freezy. I'm not trying to cut you off.
No, it ain't that. It ain't that.
I understand that, but I'm gonna need everybody to mute. Let Kevin finish, and because he really has been trying to get up in here. And after that, I'm gonna let you and Conscious continue because I understand because of the panel and all the leading up and shit. I understand. Now, Kevin.
I got something to say too.
Okay,
rather important.
Let Kevin go first. Go, Kevin.
So I wanted to paint a picture. So imagine you trying to talk to ignorant white folk. They just not trying to hear you. This is kind of like the same type of situation. Now you're trying to talk to white person, and this is reverse racism and this and all that and this and that. But it's as to a certain point you kind of get fed up with it. And you might you just think, whoa, they're just an ignorant white person. That's the same sort of feeling that queer people seem to get when they're trying to talk to a heterosexual person that's just not really trying to hear it. That's just kind of just what happens. We get fed up because this is what we deal with on a daily basis. So it's really out of frustration that people might call you this and that. And it's because we are the people who are actually dealing with this type of shit, dealing with actual derogatory, remarks all the time. It's shit like that. That's all I wanted to say.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why this some bullshit. Yes, I agree with Conscious, and I agree with you, Kevin, that there are a lot of heterosexual people that insult homosexual people, but I'm not one of them. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I made a decision to come on this panel.
You literally just said earlier in the conversation how Jonathan Majors and A$AP Rocky was a bunch of punk ass bitches and fruity ass niggas. And you can rewind a tape on that. I bet the rest of your hair follicles on that. Wow. Yeah, there is. Again, when it's your turn, and that's why with self-love, you learn how to walk into the punches, girl. You learn how to walk into the fear. You learn how to walk into the accountability. It doesn't hurt, hell yeah. Is it scary, hell yeah. But do you find your power when you go through it? Hell yeah. And a lot of people ain't, girl. This is an opportunity for your ass to learn, to look at how your viewpoints are and how shallow and fear-based and ignorant your viewpoints are. And now it's to the conversation of, oh, well, I'm not homophobic. Well, y'all telling me I'm not. Then why aren't you doing what Mandrell does? Because once again, it's one thing to say, it's another thing to actually do. And what's happening is that y'all are failing in the application. Okay? I'm about to cut this shit off. Matter of fact, I'm about to stop this shit now. No shade. Because I need to get in the shower and get ready. Anyway, y'all. That was a brief, because girl, that live is 9 hours long, and I kind of want to talk about the whole pseudo-allyship and the damage it causes. Because Frizzy considers himself an ally. He considers himself an ally, and the allyship was not allyshiping at all. And a lot of people think this way. Oh, I have gay friends. I have all this stuff. It's like, it's time for y'all to really put that into action if y'all really care or not. It's one thing to say something, but to actually care. And once again, when you're an ally, okay? Matter of fact, no, you know what? We're going to stay here to 8. We're going, because I think I want to get to the part of him talking about allyship.
To talk constructively, and that came in peace. Now, if you just wanted to use me as if this was the tip to use me as a poster child to get me to understand how gay people feel, say that. But Anja Calhoun, whoever, Phyllis, Roger,
My name is
Arsha,
Anya.
whatever.
I'm gonna help you out. My name is Anya.
I don't give a damn. Listen, what I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is this.
Anya.
If you can have a moment.
The thing is, you're kind of like already disrespecting your own point. You're arguing going against your own point of being respectful.
Okay. How about this? How about this? Miss Calhoun. If we can be honest, that girl opinion of me is not that I'm a bottom. She was insulting me. That's what she was doing. Hold on, wait. Another thing is, wait, I'm not done. Another thing is this. The insult wasn't warranted because not one time, I'm talking about from Wednesday on Mandrell's panel, have I ever disrespected UCT or Reckless or anybody in your chat. So, but if you feel like it's okay for them to actually target me and say these
welcome to queerness. Hello, welcome me, welcome you. That was CTV's whole fucking point. You want me to stop these people from calling you names and treating you a certain type of way, but meanwhile, when I asked you to do that for me initially in the fucking conversation, you told me that I'm not a woman and none of them niggas gonna come to my rescue, and I had to swallow that, I had to eat that, and I motherfucking nutted up on you niggas and held my motherfucking own. So why aren't you doing the same thing? And on top of that, a woman called you that, not a man. A female called you that, not a male. CTV had to deal with males. So the fuck? I mean, come on now. Where's the stoicism? Where's your masculinity? Why are you allowing what a woman say to you to get you triggered up? Again, misogyny, toxic patriarchy, girl. Like, again, it's indoctrinated. It's indoctrinated, girl. Queer people have to live in a world that is toxic and patriarchal. If we can motherfucking survive it, girl, we're gonna respond to our experiences in this system, no matter the expression, whether it's from the top, from the head to the motherfucking feet. Okay.
Disrespectful ad hominems, and you're going to actually back that up with some bullshit? That's crazy. So how are we gonna that makes me feel like you guys don't really want to, bridge the fucking gap or whatever.
Here we go.
We don't want to bridge the gap.
No,
Are you
really
serious?
don't. That's what I'm saying.
No,
you really don't.
Come on,
No,
yes.
because when the disrespect,
come on, stoicism.
if you want disrespect, if you want respect, you should exemplify it.
Come on, stoicism.
We did, and that's what happened on that panel. No.
Hey, Reckless, to Freeze's point.
I'm the one with the mic, so
that's some bullshit.
Gotcha. Freeze is saying
all of this off. So what I'm about to
I get it, but
what I'm about to say is this: is that, sir, you literally had questions. I answered your questions. Conscious answered your questions about the influence and also about the schools and all those other things, right? And procreation, right? Yeah. And then what happened behind the scenes? We answered questions again, right? Why is it? And we told you those points do not make any sense. Then why the hell on the Black Man Unfiltered, the last panel we had, you bring up the same talking points that me and Conscious already debunked?
What same talking point I brought up?
About procreation, about procreation and influence.
Okay, you're saying that you debunked it, but I don't think you debunked it.
If we keep telling
you can't tell me you debunked it when I don't feel like you debunked
damn procreation.
You didn't debunk.
Listen. Why you keep talking about procreation?
Listen, you didn't debunk anything. Right? You didn't debunk anything with me. That's what I'm telling you.
But I'm asking you now, if queer people can have children, why do you guys keep bringing up procreation?
What I'm saying, listen. First of all,
I didn't ask you that. If queer people can have children, why do you guys keep trying to bring up procreation?
Because I was stating a fact that the only way queer people can have children is if a man and a woman is involved.
But y'all literally come up here with these elementary.
That's it. That's all I was saying.
Wow. We are aware.
Listen, Reckless. That's all I was saying, though.
But it doesn't make any sense because we're aware of that.
Is this a better?
Okay, so we agree. We agree then.
I went behind you, Reckless. I don't know at what point what person over the age of 12, first of all, doesn't know that the reproductive organs of a woman and a man are at this point required. But on that same panel, I followed up and cleaned it up that what they're trying to propose is sex. Right. And that because the expectation is that children come out of the sex of heterosexual people, that queer people then, for whatever reason, can't have fucking children. And then I argue that no, we just need the reproductive organs of one another. We don't have to be with each other intimately.
Right.
We don't have to be with each other romantically.
Come
And
on,
we don't even have to do
surrogacy.
the nasty together
Mhm.
in order to utilize each other's reproductive systems, which is why the brat, who is 18 weeks into her pregnancy, was able to go to a doctor and get a donor. And through technology, was able to become pregnant.
A man donor.
So
don't just say a donor. Say a man donor.
The thing is,
It doesn't matter regardless who's donating the thing to her.
No, hold on,
Something is intellectually fucking wrong. Like
No. Here's the thing, Freezy.
Something is wrong. Like no. Fuck that. I'm intellectually fucking offended participating in this shit. Something is fucking wrong.
Crazy. Here's what it said. Here's what it said. It don't matter. Hold on. Here's what it said. It doesn't matter, Freezy.
I just said what the fuck I said in this motherfucker.
I know. But here's the thing, Freezy.
He's a used man.
Freezy. Here's why it doesn't matter.
What I said was wrong.
Well, what it said is it doesn't matter. Your point is moot. And the thing is, they're correct because it doesn't matter. They know that a man, the seed comes from the man and the egg comes from the woman. They know that. But what they're saying is that's a moot issue because they can go to they want a baby. They can go to a doctor and get that whole thing done. So whether it comes from a man or woman, yeah, they know that. So it's pointless. To them, it's like, it's pointless. Yeah, they know that.
Madrill, this is what I'm saying. You can't negate. Listen.
No, but that's a given. They're not negating it. What they're saying is that's obvious. So it's given. It's already inserted into the equation by default.
All I did when CT said a donor, all I did was recognize that it's a male donor. What's wrong with that?
But see what I'm talking about, girl? We be so desperate. It'd be like, girl, just give me this one. Just let me get a little bit, girl. Just let me get a crumb, girl. Let me get a crumb. Can I get a little swig? Can I get a little hit? Can I just get a little something? Can I just get a little something to hold for myself? Again, we already know that your point is mute. Hello, we know this. That's why there's surrogacy. We understand 2 men and 2 women cannot come together and have children, but it does not mean that queer people are unable to have kids. And it goes back to CTV's point. It's the fact that y'all want us to have the kids through the sex. You want us to be heterosexual and we not. And because we're not heterosexual and we're queer does not mean that life stops because of us, that we missed a certain point. Obviously, there are alternative ways and the universe saw it to be fit. And even heterosexual people use the method that queer people use. Like, what in the fucking fuck? Ain't nobody disregarding heterosexual people. Heterosexual people will never disappear. It will never be erased. If it's such a European thing and it's something that destroys a whole fucking community, then why is the European community not destroyed then? Especially if it's something they've been doing for centuries. Shouldn't they not be existing anymore? Shouldn't the Caucasian race be gone if homosexuality is so potent and powerful like people claim it to be? We are reading the rest of y'all niggas' hairlines off, y'all goddamn barreled off stomachs, girl, little man titties. We reading all of this shit.
That's why they're not bringing it up.
The thing is, would it be if I just established? I can talk for myself. If I just fucking establish in the preliminary of my statement that we know it requires the reproductive system of males and fucking
That's
females.
automatic. There's no point bringing it up. There's no point bringing it up. That's automatic.
Still, for whatever reason, needed me to insert the fact that Frizzy, if you are afraid that males are if you are afraid that males are going extinct, baby, you just need to say that. If whatever type of apocalyptic ending you nightmare about every night, you need to like really go see somebody about that, because I don't know what the fuck you thought, why you thought it was necessary for me to acknowledge something that the preliminary of my statement completely set the fuck up. Like, what the fuck I need to, who was gonna donate, who was gonna be a donor to the brat other than a fucking male?
Okay, so Freezy, like I said, they're not Freezy.
Who was gonna be a goddamn donor?
Right, Freezy. You see what I'm saying? To them, it's obvious. It's automatically
to get a female donor.
That's automatically in there.
And what Mandrill needs to do is at this point, no shade, come to ally shit. When the queer people start talking and don't need your help, just sit back and let him get his heat. Let that nigga marinate on what's being said to him. You don't have to try to back it up for the no. Let him understand that. He just asked a very ignorant thing. Freezy just said something very fucking ignorant. So guess what? Now they have to clean it up and allow him to clean it up. And he gonna have to clean up all this shit. He needs some milk. He needs to clean it up. Some milk and cookies.
Equation. So there's no point bringing it up. There's no point bringing it up. They're not negating it. They know that it's. They know it, and it's so obvious, and they know it so much. So like, there's no point bringing that up. That's a given. We we know that. So why bother bringing that up? It's like no one's
the reason why we're even talking about this. If CT can remember, I brought it up on your panel, Mandrell, about procreation. Reckless is right. Okay. Right. The reason why, if they remember, the reason why I brought up procreation is because I understand that in society you have to have a foundation. Those were my exact words. You have to have a foundation, right? Mm-hmm. And so I said that we were talking about how homosexual people or trans people can still parent kids. But all I was saying was, yes, that's true. But the foundation of it is that kid has to come from a man and a woman. Now CT stipulated that, yes, but they don't have to have sex with one another. Right. He said that on your panel on Wednesday.
Right.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that. But all I was saying was whether they have to have sex or not, it still has to be an
nobody is denoting that, what the
okay, so what are we arguing about?
Well, what are you talking about? Like what?
Because they're wondering, Freezy, they're wondering, why did you bother bring? How is that relevant when they know that's how it works? They're not discounting it.
I'm just acknowledging that it has to be a foundation when it comes to procreation.
They know that.
It's like
okay.
They know that. Like
you are literally being one of the most dishonest participants in this discussion. There's literally no fucking basis for you telling motherfuckers that a male and a female's reproductive system is required for the conventional birthing of a damn child. And the only reason why you keep asserting that is because you refuse out of fear, or you refuse out of whatever. It's because what you don't want to add to the rest of that statement is because of that premise. This is fucking why a man and a woman need to fucking be together in every way, shape, way, and possible. This is why they need to be mothers and fathers in the household. That's why they need to have sex with each other. This is why they need to co-parent together, because man and woman belong together. Not woman and woman, not man and man. But you refuse to add the rest of that to that statement for whatever fucking reason. Because if you are clear, like you just said, that everybody here understands that it requires male and female reproductive system to manifest a child, but you keep going out of your way to literally say that over and over and over and over and over again, only because on some unconscious or conscious level, that is your argument really in your heart for why you actually believe that homosexuality, transgenderism, lesbianism, all of that other shit should be considered unnatural and tucked to the back of society. Because even on that same panel, Frizzy, you asked me, CTV, wouldn't you agree with me that the greatest odds of the success of a child involves the man and the woman in the household together? Would you not agree with me, CTV? And I said, hell no, I don't agree with you. So once again, I'm gonna ask y'all what I always ask y'all. It's easier to just be fucking homophobic. Yeah, because y'all sound like idiots when you're trying not to be when you really are.
Thank you.
So wait, you saying I don't want to admit.
You don't want to admit.
Freezy, I gotta admit. I gotta admit, Freezy. Wait. I gotta admit, Freezy. It does come off that way. I know you're not homophobic.
It ain't no coming off.
I know you're not. I know you're not homophobic.
Wait.
Somebody the F word and throwing rocks.
Wait.
Homophobia is represented in politics.
No. Because I'm not gonna let you.
and physical violence is represented in all of that shit. Homophobia is all of that shit.
CT, you don't
Check
use your
everything above. It's all of it.
CT, you don't use your paintbrush enough, bruh. Listen, I never shied away from my beliefs. I'm not afraid to say that I believe that. No, I'm not. You know exactly where I stand. That's not a fucking military secret.
The issue is that you're afraid to admit that you're homophobic. Because we also live in a society now where a lot of queer people are holding homophobic people accountable, and we realize a lot of people are still homophobic. So, of course, they want to try to find a loophole. And if you consider yourself homophobic, look at the repercussions that come with being homophobic. But again, in his mind, and a lot of people's mind, they think that because I'm not calling you the F word, I'm not putting my hands on you, I'm not doing anything overt to you intentionally, that I am not queer phobic. But then we deal with the covert. It's one thing to believe what you believe as far as man and woman, and believe that can happen too. But what's wrong with also acknowledging and honoring the other expressions of love as well that might be between two men or two women? Because even when you have single parents who are out here doing the motherfucking thing, then all of a sudden there is something wrong, and they'll never grow if they don't have the balance in their life and they're in their house. And what CTV is saying is that balance can come out of everything else too. Also, I mean, besides just a man and a woman, because how many heterosexual households right now don't have love in it? There's no love there. But it's like saying that. That's why CTV was saying it's important about love. Love is also an action. It's a verb. And that love can be expressed between a man and a woman. It could be expressed from one man, just one male parent or one female parent. That love can be expressed by grandparents. That love can be expressed by two men and two women. Hell, that love can be expressed by people who adopt a child that's not even biologically theirs. But to Freezy's point, he believes that the healthiest version for a child is through a man and a woman, as opposed to the love thing. And that if it doesn't show up in that place or in that type of model, then it is wrong. It is wrong. There's something wrong with it, despite the fact that those other models that you think are wrong are actually thriving. I'm sure if God didn't want it to thrive, it wouldn't thrive. God don't need y'all motherfucking help. No shade.
I'm not. Hold on. Wait. I'm not. Listen, I'm not afraid to admit that. Trust me. Okay? This is not a military secret where Freezy stand. You know this, and Reckless knows this.
Just say it. Just say
no,
you're
it's not.
It is.
No, it's not. On Mandrell's panel, I said on Wednesday that I believe that the natural foundation, when it comes to procreation, when it comes to sex, when it comes to family, is between a man and a woman. That's what I believe. Now,
no. The problem is you don't want to admit that that's all you believe. That's the only thing you believe.
When it comes, wait. When it comes to family and sex,
when it comes to and all, you niggas believe that your kids shouldn't be around us. Your kids shouldn't.
No, I don't. I didn't say that.
You niggas want permission for drag queens.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all being disingenuous, man.
It's not just no shade. It's not disingenuous because you even said it on the panel. They need a permission slip, and I'm like, what you need a permission slip if you're already gonna be there?
Hold on.
You want a permission slip so you can opt out, and then later on, it can become an elective. I'm like, if that's the case, you're not gonna choose that elective. You're trying to opt out.
Reckless, put it in context though. Why did I say a permission? Listen. Why did I say hold on. Why did I say in my opinion a permission slip would be appropriate? Did I say that in context of I'm afraid of children being around homosexuals or drag queens or blah blah blah? No, I didn't say it in that context. And you guys are trying to That's what I'm saying. Y'all be trying so hard to paint this picture when I didn't even come for war.
We ain't gotta try
I didn't
hard,
even come
baby.
for that.
We ain't gotta try hard. Y'all make it too easy. We want y'all to crack our face. We want y'all to prove LGBT people wrong. Prove us wrong. We want you to. We asking you to. The reason why we keep quote unquote winning is because y'all keep losing. And I wonder if you're going to share what the actual context was.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
No,
all I meant by the permission
Frizzy,
slip.
okay, then I got a question for you,
Freezy,
Frizzy.
you kind of just be ignorant.
I just got one question, and then I'm gonna give it to IG. Since you are so non-homophobic, transphobic, queer-phobic,
I ain't scared of none of y'all.
and
I can tell you that.
You can be after this is all said and done.
No, hell no.
In all 4 hours, since you're not homophobic and you're not transphobic and you're not queer-phobic,
yeah,
I want you to point out to me at what point in a 4-hour Discord did you tell people that homosexual people are natural to this world,
they're human,
that they have right to this space, that they will be an asset to community, to children, that they deserve families, that they're capable of being great parents, great friends, great community organizers, that I want you to point out in a 4.5-hour Discord where you normalize and humanize the living dog shit out of LGBT people.
On this panel,
find me the timestamp.
On
where
this
you
panel,
humanize the hell out of us.
On this panel, all of them.
Wait, just a second. I'm finna head out. I do have to get some sleep. I like to say this before I go, Freezy. Remember when I was talking about they made the parallels between how white people treated black people and stuff like that?
Yeah.
To be honest, the reason why I wanted to have this conversation Wednesday, and I wanted to give them the stage so people can actually hear what they had to say, because it's very important, is because from my perspective, I can't speak for them, but from my perspective, to them, we the white man from the 1940s and 50s, not present day. From my perspective, with the way we treat them. And I think we need to have a real good gut check, man, and really look at ourselves as heterosexuals, as how we treat them and how we think, more so the way we think about them. Now, I agree with some of the things you say, Freezy. And, I ain't gonna agree with everything you say. I mean, that's just not being genuine. You know what I'm saying? Right. If I did that, I wouldn't have my own mind. But at the same time, I see where you go wrong. Like, because I was like that too once upon a time. Like, again, it's one of those things where I say we can be offensive without knowing we're being offensive.
They can too.
Oh, I know. Hold on. But it's not tit for tat. The thing is, it's not tit for tat though.
Yeah.
Hold on. We can't be tit for tat because we're the ones who are in the wrong here. Us.
How?
We're the ones who's wrong.
No,
because we fucking look. I'm talking. Wait.
No accountability.
Not individually. Hold on. Not individually, Freezy, but as a collective. The heterosexual community, we're fucking wrong. There's no two ways about that. So if anyone's gonna have to reach the
we done literally had multiple people on this live who have said, oh, CTV, y'all right, and Reckless, you right, and I mean, you right, and I mean, yeah, you right, I mean, come on, y'all, you right, I mean, yeah, I mean, come on, y'all, we know the real truth, yeah, I mean, yeah, but that's obvious. Y'all keep bypassing the obvious and acknowledging the obvious. Y'all want to continue to acknowledge this other shit of what it could possibly be, as opposed to actually dealing with what it is, because if you did, you would have to deal with yourself, and your ass ain't ready to deal with yourself in the way that you think you should. Girl, I feel like Whitney right now, girl. Just head bowed in prayer, girl. Hair a mess. Finger all the way up my nose, bitch.
Offer an olive branch. It's gonna have to come from outside. That's the only way it can be genuine.
Well, I don't see no other heterosexual guy on this panel right now. Shit.
Well, you got Derek.
Yeah. No. This is the problem. No. This is the problem.
I'm down here on the bottom.
Wait. This is the problem. See, the difference between me and you, I take accountability. I understand the situation. I understand exactly. I understand exactly. The problem with you, and see, I told you in the beginning of my talking, I said, when you were on that panel with Reckless and Conscious, I said you were being mighty disrespectful and you were interrupting. And I said one of the things you could have took off of that was not do that again. And what you're doing is you're doing exactly it again, right? And in front of me.
That's what I'm saying. This shit disingenuous. I've been interrupted too, and on that panel I was.
I'm not saying you've never been interrupted.
Okay,
I'm saying what you could have.
Bro. Well, call that out too, bro.
Because that's the way for you to. You just talked about victimization and motherfuckers making lies about stoicism and shit. Ain't you supposed to be immune to this? This is what women do, right? But see, once... Okay, I'm going to stop it there, girl, because, again, y'all can read the rest of it, bitch. Because he does go into allyship, and I should have queued that part up, girl, but I just started where he came into the conversation. Y'all do your own research, y'all, because I'm completely done. I'm done, like... That's why, thank you, Lord. Thank you, universe, for weed. Thank you. I'm about to go smoke when I get to this bonfire. Thank you, because, baby, this is the world I live in. With people who don't want to be accountable. Meanwhile, I'm holding myself accountable. I have to. That's how I can live my best life, by holding myself accountable. But the universe is trying to get all of us to hold ourselves accountable, because that's the only way you find power. And yes, power, true, genuine, organic power is going to hurt. You're going to go through the growing pains. You're going to be wrong. You're going to make mistakes. But instead of looking at mistakes and failures as something bad, look at it in a different perspective. Instead of a loss, look at it as a lesson learned. And I think a lot of the black men are afraid to do that because they've been through so much to where it's like, it's kind of like dealing with heartbreak. Like, damn, if I sit up here and I trust and believe this thing and it don't work out right, then how am I going to heal from that? It's that same type of fear-based ideology there. There was nothing in that conversation that Freezy or any individuals that think like Freezy brought that was fruitful and life-giving in reference to what queer people have done for blackness and for humanity. And when it is so swept over to the left so fast. It's swept under the rug. But that's okay. Because BubzDaGawd is here and we're going to keep doing our activism work as far as educating and breaking things down. I don't know everything, but when it comes to this queerness shit, I'm very confident in myself. Very. Okay? So anyway, thank y'all for coming through for this live. I'm about to get ready to go. Shout out to Style by Stevie. Shout out to Shed. Shout out to King Anubis, a.k.a. Rico the Brat. Shout out to Lala. Shout out to Ron Mims in the building. Shout out to Queen Spicy. Shout out to Donna B. Shout out to Aries. And shout out to Queen Amber. Thank y'all for coming through. Make sure to hit that like button. Okay, I appreciate it. If you fucking with my energy, hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit the notification bell and click all, because I'll be going live random. I don't have stuff scheduled. I'll be in the spirit. So if you're in the spirit with me, click that subscribe button. And if your ass feel compelled and feel blessed, okay, in your spirit, okay, make sure you hit that Cash App down below. I'm taking all of my blessings, baby. I'm letting the universe work in all its ways. All I'm doing is walking by faith, okay? No shade. Cash App is at the bottom of the screen. $ BubzDaGawd, okay? Thank y'all so much. And until next time, everybody, peace.
Love never dies, just choose to be born again. Yeah.